Welcome everybody, and as I talk to zero viewers, welcome zero viewers, and hello.
Yay!
Never let
Christine.
down. Christine's
Yay,
always
green.
around. It's amazing, wonderful. Glad, awesome you're here. Hello everyone. We're going to do a much more informal and more of a catch-up kind of, as Hans has been calling it from his corporate background, a fireside chat. With a lot of us. This is going to be new things for us. It's of course I've put the wrong bloody topic title in, so while I do that, someone else can chat.
Hi. I can't actually tell. Oh no, there are 13 viewers, so it was not zero just now.
It was
Yay.
0 briefly, and then after that we shot up to 13. Don't know when or how. Thank you, bots. Well done.
Joe, would you like to tell us about the direction we're going to be taking in the next
sure.
quarter?
Okay. So hi guys. Okay. So hi guys, thanks for joining us. What we are going to do is that we are first of all going to ask. Hi, Citrus Flavored Candy. Okay, we're gonna ask Sheena briefly about what it was like to DM her first game. Somebody might ask me at some point what it was like in my first game. And then after that, we're gonna do some hot seating, which is basically that we will all pretend to be our characters as we do. And then we ask each other random questions, and you have to answer in character, and you have to answer truthfully. It's actually quite a lot of fun. Like at some point, we can even like put two characters together to like essentially do like a talk show and sort of like like how they would interact with each other. Essentially, if they were in a zone of truth and they were answering awkward questions, and it can be anything. It's an AMA.
Ama.
AMA is an AMA with the characters. So yes, a very grandmotherly time was had by all.
The characters from the one shots.
The one shot.
Yeah.
So
Which is Ama and
Yes, you can ama.
Yes.
Very good, very good.
You can ask us things too, I think, out of character.
Also, I'm happy to volunteer up any any not current or not plot critical NPC you want to pull up. So,
how fun!
You know,
Yay.
you can reach into the last
Yes.
5 episodes or whatever.
I have questions. Ask the princess.
You can't ask them. Our lovely folks that are hanging out in chat can ask.
I'll put it in a Discord.
Yeah.
Okay, first question is from Christine.
Do it.
So viewer question takes primacy. I'm sorry, Joe.
Sure.
Get to the
Yes,
question
fine.
soon.
Yes.
Christine is asking, how is Yapir doing?
Okay, Yapir. You're in character.
Well, I've been traveling this route for some amount of time, and I have lost everything. It is not what I expected. Sven, my closest business associate, appears to be a rattlesnake. These crazy people from the Namandan Union have come, and they have disrupted everything. So I have been smuggled out of the city by some friends, and I'm currently finding out what I can do to serve my country and perhaps help my somewhat unlucky friends.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
From behind the scenes, he pulls the strings.
So I probably won't answer questions about the future. Let me put it
Right. Okay, cool.
Next question, follow up from Cheryl. Yapir, what is your real name?
Well, gentlemen never tell, huh?
I think that applies more to things like sex, but okay. That's fine.
Also real names. Yes, sir. It's a thing. It's from my custom.
I guess the question really is, why does Yapir need a pseudonym? Why does he have maybe an embarrassing real name, or is it because of something that happened in his past?
You are called Sandy sometimes. What on earth you think? I mean, you think you're the only person? At least you had to go into some fourth wall breaking jukebox game in order to be able to determine my name was false.
But I don't know, witness protection. Was that it? Were you part of a criminal organization and then you ratted on the boss? I don't know.
Yapir Tamar has never been a criminal. He provides great prices.
Inside check.
Excellent credit terms.
Okay.
Yeah, no, so Yapir's real name is...
Hey.
He does have another name, but yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to restructure this, okay? I feel that we should stick with one character first, and we'll just keep going,
Okay.
and then we will do, and then of course, audience can throw their questions in, and then, but we can also throw questions in. I think that only one person should host at any one time. So we will eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Okay. So we will eeny, meeny, miny. I am doing it now.
Bro, D5.
Dash the spider on the wall. If you say, let him go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Oh, I'm going first. This is totally not okay. So I'm going to be hot seated. Okay, who wants to facilitate in the actor studio? Come on, somebody facilitate in the
Somebody who's actually watching the actor studio do it.
I just facilitate the Ellen DeGeneres. Like somebody's Ellen DeGeneres asking either Bara or...
Sheena could Ellen this.
Huh?
Or Bara.
I have also never watched Ellen.
Never mind. Just host this. Just host this. Or Ed, do you want to go first?
Fine. Okay. I'll host first. Okay. So welcome to the show, Bara, ladies and gentlemen. We have the Thunder from Nagaranda.
Yeah, that's me. Hi.
Bara, say hi to your fans out there.
I said it like 3 times, but sure, I'll do it again. Hi guys. Yeah, my name's Bara. So yeah, I'm here to what I do what I think people call like an ask me anything. So yeah, fuck me and ask me anything. Yeah, fuck.
Bara,
Yeah.
Baza to your friends.
Yeah, I know. You gotta earn it, bro.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could you tell us about that name? Why do people call you Baza?
Well, in my part of the universe, like, it's just what people do, like we sort of like take away like the last syllable of things and we randomly substitute them with za.
Za.
So, your name is Ellen, I believe. I don't know. Or what?
No. I mean, I'm me, so I'm Ed.
Oh, hi, Ed.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a hard one. Maybe Suedian could help me with that. Would that be Ezra? I don't know. Well, I'm going to call you Ezra.
Okay.
If that's cool.
Because Nagaranda sounds a lot like real world Australia. Does everything try to kill you then?
No, it's sort of like a really loving place. Your mother loves you, family loves you, they're all really proud of you. It's great. It's great.
And you play a board game that you played with Sonali. Was it called Settlers of Nagaranda?
Yeah, we sort of played it.
Yeah, Settlers of Nagaranda. Grim would like to ask you, what is that game about?
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a really awesome game. We had a different colored tokens. And, we didn't really get that far.
It's on Kickstarter, so...
Yeah, it was,
I think I want to join the audience for this game, actually.
Ooh, wait.
What?
I think I'm going to join the audience for that game. Tell us more about Settlers of Nagaranda.
Okay, so this is my memory of Settlers of Nagaranda. You take it out of the box.
Okay.
You put it next to the jacuzzi. You choose the color.
Okay.
And you sort of go, I want to settle in Nagaranda. And my memory sort of hazy after that.
Oh, at which point do you take off your clothes and step into the hot tub?
Yeah, pretty early. Yeah, I don't know why. It's like it's a really Nagarandan game. It's it's really hot in Nagaranda.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So we're constantly not wearing lots of clothes.
Oh.
You've noticed that my armor sort of it's like a little bit, I did an abs challenge recently. I'm gonna just just imagine. Yeah, I can't actually see myself very well.
No, we can see you. Yeah.
Oh, the lights are like washing everything out. I'm still back out. Anyway, in my part of the world, it's just like you just take off your clothes all the time, isn't that right, Suedian?
Speaking of taking off your clothes, Casey would like to ask if Sonali was your first.
Hey, I thought are we still doing the thing where we stick with one character and then we move on, or?
Yes, you said stick with one character.
Yeah. Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, Casey would like to ask if Sonali was your first one night stand ever.
I wouldn't call her that. like one night, two, five. I think she's got lots of potential.
Mhm.
I wouldn't necessarily classify her as like a one night stand. Like I believe that every one night stand
Mhm.
is it's a doorway
It's a
to
doorway
a 2-night stand,
to a 2-night stand. Okay.
and that's a doorway to a 3-night stand.
Like a virgin.
And
Hey.
no, I wouldn't call it that. No, I think that's no, I wouldn't say that. No.
Okay. Okay, let's rescue you from that
I
because
answered the question.
Felicia has a great question for you.
Hi.
In your Amdram school days, what's
Yeah.
the most embarrassing role that you've ever played?
There are no small parts. There are only small actors.
That's what Sonali said.
No, she did not say that. Actually, she said she had a really good time playing Sellers of Nagaranda.
Mhm.
Don't insult my board game. It is a fucking good board game. So, it's just really awesome. And Shimali had a great time. Then she said, "Hey, let's play again." It's good to
Yeah,
find buddies.
she did in fact tell me that you have great stamina.
Sorry, what are you doing in the acting studio? Who are you?
It's part of the audience. It's part of the live audience.
Right.
we have in the studio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I as a performer, I have to respect my audience. So hi.
Mhm.
Yeah, I respect your view, and let's agree to disagree.
Right.
It's just like too much conflict in the world. We deserve more love. More love in the world.
Great.
Yeah.
So, Casey, going back to the board game.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
For
This
the
is
longest
a really
road
popular board
or
game.
biggest
People-
army?
What? I'm sorry. What? Oh, yeah.
Longest or biggest?
Oh,
No,
yeah. I don't think they're necessarily mutually exclusive. Sometimes I believe my strategy is to combine the best of both worlds. If you ask Sonali, I'm sure that she would express the same
So
sentiment.
what was Sonali going for? Longest or biggest?
Well,
I think she has alternate strategies, probably.
yeah, she's got alternate strategies.
Mhm.
She sort of she chose blue. I'm sorry, I didn't really get that far in the game. It was a really good game. It's fun game. Yeah, good game from Nagaranda, where I come from.
All right. Thanks for the cheer.
Oh, thanks.
So that's Baza. We'll come back to Baza soon.
Yeah, sure.
So we could rotate.
Okay.
So
Before that, there was a question from Casey for Joe and Sheena.
Oh.
Before we go back to Hotseat, were you worried about TPKing the party when you were being a DM?
Joe, you go first.
No. No, I think I have a much less structured approach to DMing than perhaps people should have.
Love it.
I will put some healing potions here because everybody is dying. So no, I didn't. Yeah, that's the magic of having MS Paint maps. You don't have to decide anything in advance. Yourself, Sheena?
Yes. There was a lot of that. It's like I wanted it to be challenging, but I didn't want to kill everybody. But at the same time, it's like when you have six. Wait, is it 5 or 6? 5. When you have 5 characters, it's kind of scary sometimes. Like you put things that are the correct CR, and you never know when they're just gonna one shot it. It's like the first fight you guys had with the bandits, and Wu just went papa. And then one guy just blah on the floor. That was quite scary. But yeah, so it's like you have to sort of manage that. Like they cannot be too high CR and do so much damage that they crush you, and they cannot be, too weak in terms of hit points. So you keep choosing fat characters. And don't
That's
swing
true.
too much.
Okay, since Sheena's gone and we're going clockwise, would you guys be okay if I Ellen degenerous
Yeah.
Sheena, but kinda, because apparently Ellen's really mean.
Kind of Ellen, no problem.
Okay. Hi. Hello. Hi, yes. How are you?
Hi.
Okay. So I believe that our audience has lots of questions from you today.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So I'm going to. I suppose I will kick the ball rolling.
Oh.
I'm from the same part of the world. So I want to ask. Can you tell me? Actually, is there a traumatic experience you've had in your past that makes you so scared of water?
Actually, I also don't know. I think maybe it has to do with the fact that I was found in the water.
Oh, okay. That's strange, but so was Kaman. So he doesn't
yeah,
seem
so
to be scared of water.
the thing is he can breathe the water, It is his element. It is not a goblin's element. We have no gills. We are not blue. We are green.
That's
Green
true.
is for plants. Like
Okay. So I'm gonna move past all these like polite questions. I'm gonna ask like sensational ones. Okay.
so exciting.
Oh. No, I mean, you've mentioned many times that there's people in your village, but they're all kind of the orcs, so they're taller than you, quite a lot taller actually. So I just wondered, have you ever thought about getting into a relationship? Because it won't be possible with the people in your village. So where does Yesa go to look for love?
So that's why I joined the army,
Oh my god.
Because the idea was that in my village it's a bit difficult. Everyone, as you mentioned, is very big. So it's how shall we put it? I am not that accommodating
Oh.
Yeah. So
like literally, I see.
Yeah. So I decided, go out, see the world, Then my father was very encouraging. Go join the army. But I think he was thinking about it from the sense of, got iron rice bowl, join the army. Either you die or you keep earning money all the way. They never fire you one. But for me, I was thinking, army, a lot of different races. Surely I can find somebody more my size.
Did you?
No, not really. Because by the time you finish the training and all that, you shag like hell already. Then you don't want to shag anymore.
Oh, I see.
Oh, sorry. I understand. Got the two different meanings of the word. One means the shag. One means the very tired.
Oh, I see. That's where the term shags come from.
Yeah.
So like one shag, a lot of shags.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Something like that. Shag.
Okay, I see. That's why you describe it as shag. I see. Okay, so I was just wondering. So, but I mean, surely there was like some lucky halfling or gnome or dwarf around.
Some questions from the audience.
Oh yes, questions from. Oh my, sorry.
Yes.
I'm so sorry, I forgot.
No problem.
Okay. So I suppose Christine wants to know, does Yesa have short person syndrome?
What is a short person syndrome?
It's when you feel like you have to overcompensate for a lot. You always have a lot to prove. Do you have that?
Oh.
Like Napoleon.
Okay. I think I used to. Maybe in the beginning stages, I kept trying to go for the bigger weapons, even though it made no sense, Then after that, by the time I became part of Survey Team 3, then I realized, you have to work with what you have, cannot, how you say, 强掉后卖给强,
including hopeless teammates?
So I don't think anyone is hopeless lah. Just maybe, anyway. I have grown out of my short person syndrome.
Okay. Very, very diplomatic answer for somebody with low charisma.
I try,
What is the source of Yesa's rage? Then it is not short person syndrome. What if Tracy wants to know?
Yes. So usually, my secret is I'm always angry. No, so partly because I'm short. Partly because have you seen the people I go around the city with? They keep making very strange decisions. Then I try my best not to scold them. So I temp it down until we actually have to fight somebody else. Then I let it all out. Yes. 就是这样. Yeah.
No, I can imagine. And also, just I suppose growing up as the odd person, the odd goblin out can't have been easy as well.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true. Well, we have lots of other questions for you.
So many.
I think just now I saw something. Oh, have you ever thought of asking your party member who has a sending spell to send some messages to Cheng, that we understand you have a bit of connection with? And how about Rune, who has a bit of a connection with you? And we can see those connections will ever meet, you think?
So, the thing is, I'm not very good at long distance relationship. Plus, have you met Bara? if I ask him to send something for me, surely he will add the oil, add the vinegar, and then after that the message come out is not what I intended. And yeah.
I feel that you should give everybody a chance. I think you should try. Can we take it as an audience request that perhaps it's something that you try during the next game? On this show, we try to make sure that we bring people together. Open your heart.
I suppose it's possible. But the thing is, Bara also got a lot of people to message one, to sending, sorry. Every day, without fail, send here, send there, send here, send there. Like telecom like that, very exciting.
No balance, no balance.
No balance. So, I think even if I wanted to, by the time it's like no more already. Only so many charges.
Okay, I'm going to ask one final question. So, if you could send a message to either Chang Chang or Ru, you can choose, what would you say in 25 words?
Wow, this one quite difficult. Okay, if I had to send to Chang Chang,
you don't even consider Ru at all. See, okay.
Well, it's not that I don't consider Ron at all, but then one time he showed up, straight away I find out that my father died. So no, my father was sick. So yeah, it's like
okay, never mind.
The luck is not there,
Understand.
Yeah.
What about to Chang Chang?
To Chang Chang, let's see. Hope you are well. I think you are the best. Please stay safe, kick butt, and hopefully we will meet again. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Yes. Perhaps one day she will steer her Phoenix floating battleship your way again into your port.
Thank you for the cheer. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you very much. Okay, we're going to pass the baton on now.
Yes.
If this was a real game show, real talk show, they probably pull the curtain and then Inch would walk out.
Yeah.
This is your life.
Unfortunately, it's just Hans. Hi, I'm your producer.
Hi.
Okay,
You forgot your coffee.
Ramji, do you want to host for Hans?
No.
Bad.
Yeah, she can host for Hans.
Oh, okay.
Am I being Hans or am I being Han?
I think it should be Han. I have
Okay.
no idea what Han is about, so I would love to find out more.
Yeah, and your relationship with Min, oh my goodness, what is going on with your mom?
It's true.
Step
For
mom.
those of you who are wondering where Lisa is, obviously she's not with us today. It was a good birthday week for her, as you know, and so I think she's off doing good birthday things. So if you didn't know it was her birthday, happy birthday, Lisa. Because hey,
Happy birthday to Lisa.
Okay.
Hi.
Cool. Han.
I'm Han.
All right. Sheena, take it away.
Hello, Han. Troublemaker.
Hi.
So I understand that you're the son of a man with many wives. So how many wives does he have exactly?
So far, Min is the last one. So right now he's at 4.
Do you suspect that your dad might decide to, have a fifth?
Never know. The 4th is only the registered ones. I don't know how many unregistered ones.
So I understand that you and Min are quite close in age.
Yes. Surprise!
How do you feel about the fact that your stepmother is, about your age?
Nothing. It's more of my dad is so rich, give everything. Yeah, I can't be bothered what he's doing with all his other money.
I see. So how does a rich man's son end up with this group of disparate travelers?
I am naturally curious and having studied with the dwarfs since I was young, tinkering stuff and looking at new things and thinking of possibilities of tinkering more stuff.
I
Sounds
see.
fun and hey, everything is insured by my dad. So
Well,
So your
we
dad
do
runs
have,
it. Oh, sorry. Sorry for interrupting you.
it's okay. We do have a question in the audience pool who wants to know, Do you want to tinker with your stepmom?
Oh!
That's gross. No.
And another question asking, is there a special dwarf in your life?
Maybe. Didn't
Don't
end well.
approve. Answer the question.
Yeah.
Don't approve. Quick,
Let the
answer.
past.
No, true.
Let the past be the past.
No. Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay.
And also, does Han's dad run an insurance business?
My dad is a conglomerate. He has everything, agriculture, shipping industry, telecom industry, everything.
Wow, he sounds like a
He's
very-
going into medical now. That's why, we keep looking for heavens and, all this kind of stuff.
I see. Oh, we do want to know, how does Han feel about Amar?
He is weird. Why does he keep meddling with my business? He's supposed to tutor like my dumb stepmom, but somehow keep meddling with me. I went to proper school with the dwarfs,
I see, you went to dwarf school. How did it feel to be the one UNT in the dwarf school?
Yeah, pretty interesting. They are quite a rowdy bunch, a lot of beers, great beers, and a lot of mechanics. So hey, quite fun.
I see. So, what drew you to the life of an artificer?
No choice. I was sent to the dwarf school. By the time I graduated after 10 years, hey, it's just what I do every day. So that's why I became an artificer.
I see. So Grim wants to know, given that you were like sort of didn't quite fit in school, I guess. So did you get thrown into trash and slushy and basically?
Nah, they are quite a fun bunch. As in when I was school, it's more of if you're a tinkerer, then you will play well with the dwarf, and like if you drink, you play well with them. So the moment I got those two, that's it. The school is good. It's all fun.
So what is your dream artificial project?
What's my dream artificial project? That's a bit hard.
So your dream artificial project's a bit hard.
Really, yeah.
Maybe have a big robot. Like so far I've been tinkering with my armor, and like hey, it's all good. But what if I just can control a giant robot? That sounds
Be quite cool.
fun.
So the audience wants to know, there is some tension between Min and Han. So how is that working out?
Yeah, it's weird, really. You see, my dad's house is super big, so I don't even see my stepmom in the house. Like, we are in the different section of the house, so maybe we'll meet every now and then when my dad says, "Let's have dinner together," and then hi, haven't met for a long time. Hi, how are you? So hey, the tension is just there because we are not close, and yeah.
True. But now you're on an adventure together. So do you think there will be, I don't know, some interesting developments?
We'll see, because I was raised in the rich culture, whereby she was married into the rich culture. It's very different, right?
Oh, classism at work.
So hey,
He's saying he's high SES.
Yeah, oh my god.
The
Yes.
highest.
Honey's high, yes.
Oh my
He's
god.
like secret lab founders. Yes.
Anything Han wants, just ask the dad, and like that's it. Ta-da.
Right.
So
Moving on from to less incestuous questions, Fizz Cannon wants to know, will the giant robot look like a dwarf? Or Yankee? Or something else?
I think we'll have wings.
Like
What? Wing dwarf or wing UNT?
I made to manage the the stone to make light and make woo-woo sound. So, maybe my giant robot will be the same, flashlight and have woo sound.
Mhm.
Woo! Just
Woo.
very big.
Awesome.
All
Okay.
right.
Woo.
Yay, well done, Hans. Now we know more about Hans.
Oh,
Okay. Ramji, do you want to host for Ed? If not,
No,
Okay.
no, you should host the head.
Okay,
This is
she-
obviously
Sheena and I can do like a hello, hi, welcome to whatever. We can be co-hosts. What do you think, Sheena?
Oh, yeah, sure. Sounds good.
Okay.
I suck at hosting, but okay.
Okay, let's go. Hi everyone, my name's Joe, and
And
this
I'm
is-
Sheena.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm sorry, totally talked over my co-host.
Go
Anyway, we've got a very special guest today, all the way from Urtu. Isn't that right, Sheena?
That's right. Which part of Urtu, though? That is a question.
Yeah.
yeah. Which part of Earth
Oh wow.
am I from?
We
So
were
we're gonna
hoping you would tell
interview-
us, but okay, sure.
Oh, so that's not how the show works. They told me you would come and questions would be answered.
Yes.
So I have a lot of questions.
By you. But okay, sure.
Oh,
Sorry, Cameron. Sheena, I think maybe next time we shouldn't invite a guest with amnesia.
Yeah.
I guess. Maybe we'll just make the
This
best
is-
of a bad situation.
We try, huh?
We try. Okay, yes.
Welcome back to the show.
Okay. Do we have any questions for our amnesiac associate over here?
Oh, yes. We have our very first question from Frobisher. How is it like leading a cult now? Come on.
oh, it's great. I think all our cultists are really pulling in the same direction. There's only one at the moment, so it's 100%.
But at the same time, I understand that you are exerting some sort of influence on your party so that they are actually all starting to pray to your deity. Very clever. What do you think is the likelihood of increasing your church from 1 to 4 in the near future?
Well, you know what they say about religion, it's a very personal thing, and I don't want to compel anyone to do it. So, if it happens, it happens. And, and maybe at some point we start collecting tithe, and then a building fund, and then we start building a church. And then after that, I could start writing some books and going on speaking tours.
Right.
But for now, we're starting small.
Yeah, I think one is quite small. One is quite small indeed.
Oh,
Yeah.
we have a nice link to another question from here since we're on the topic of cult leadering.
Yes.
So, do you have a real world role model for your cult leadering?
Absolutely.
That.
I think that it would be good for me to learn from someone who's a great leader. And I think right now I'm basing my style of the Across School of Leadership, which is very informal, it's very personal, and it's a very flat sort of style, which is perfect for my organization. Because there's one person in.
I see.
I see.
Interesting.
So you're applying the Accra School of Leadership to yourself, where you're like, hey, come on, how are you doing? Oh, I'd love to find out about your feelings and your input about the leadership here and the management style.
Oh no,
Yeah.
it's more of a hey, come on, how are you doing? Why don't you just fucking get on with it and get it done? That's Across.
I see.
That's Across.
Wonderful. Well, we have another question for you. It is from our friend Shinsha Dianjie. I'm sorry, I don't really know how to pronounce these Chinese words. Anyway, no, hang on. I had a friend called Ramji who pronounced it once. Xianxia. Anyway, it's my friend from Xianxia. D&D. Wants to know, you screwed up 2 teleports.
You know what? Now seems like a great time to make some dice rolls.
You screwed up 2 teleports. Will there be a third? Again, a question from Sansa. D&D.
Well, it depends on the staff. It's not about me. So when the staff is ready, then we can talk about it. But right now, I don't just think the staff is ready for it.
Lots of
So you
concerns.
believe it's a equipment failure problem as opposed to like a
Yeah, it's not me. It's
personal failing?
no.
Okay.
If we're all holding on to the shaft and it fails, then it's not me. It's
The shaft sometimes fails.
Yeah.
Indeed. Oh,
Indeed.
Canon.
You say you felt
asked
shafted.
that
Sorry.
already. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Yes.
We had one from Sweden who wants to know, do you have any plans to accept students?
Oh, that would be interesting,
Mhm.
but problematic because right now I'm very much an itinerant sort of creature.
Mhm.
So either they would follow along with me or I would have to write some sort of text for them to follow. And maybe I should start writing. Oh, that makes sense.
Indeed,
Yeah.
indeed.
The Book of Einar. But if Einar is the god of secrets, then the book has to be written in a cipher.
So that your followers can decipher it?
That's right.
But then it won't be a secret anymore.
But no, the secret is that it's revealed after they break the code.
That's not a secret.
No?
No.
No. Oh, I'll think of something.
Speaking of your relationship with Aina, Frobisher wants to know, how did it feel like when Daddy Aina took away your credit card?
Well, I realized that he needed it more than me, so that was okay. It felt a bit bad at first because I had completely screwed things up with Bob. Yeah. But after I saw the state he was in, it was, I didn't feel so.
Yes, understand. I suppose we have people in the audience who have some real world solutions for you. Perhaps you need to buy some sort of warranty.
Warranty?
Have you thought about doing that? Go back to the person who gave it to you. Was it somebody called Yapir? Am I right?
Oh.
Yeah, and just like, hey, your stuff is not working. It's not my stuff that's not working. My stuff is perfectly functional. And you can go to him and say, hey, this is a shit product. And you get some sort of warranty.
But Yapir gave it to me for free. I didn't buy it from him.
Yes, but I believe that where I come from, there's a concept of negligence. And if you give somebody a defective product and they get hurt and it hurts a lot of people, you can sue,
Oh.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Have you thought about doing that?
So I believe they call it a lemon law?
It is a lemon law.
So you want me to sue Yapir?
Yeah, I think that is only fair. That is totally within your right to do. And I think you absolutely should do it.
For giving me something for free?
Yes, that doesn't work. It hurts so many people. It's so many people around you. It's terrible. But anyway, think about it. I believe, Sheena, we got one last question from a Fizz Cannon.
Oh, yes, indeed. Fizz Cannon wants to know, asking for a friend, how do I join the cult?
Yes.
This is so easy. Look for either an empty wall nearby, a sandy floor, or you could, cut your finger and use your blood on any surface also. Now you start by drawing an eye. That's right. Any eye will do. It doesn't matter if the pupil is round or rectangular or triangular. Draw an eye. Then around the eye, draw a triangle. Got it? Eye in the triangle. Good. Now draw a circle around that triangle. And now draw a square around that circle. And draw a circle around that square. And now repeat after me. Einar, God of Secrets.
Einar, God of
Secrets.
This secret I do entrust unto thee.
This secret I do entrust unto thee.
And then you unburden your cares to Einar. It will be completely private. It's between you and Einar. And a feeling of well-being and wholeness will come over you.
Wonderful. I hope you feel better now, Fizz Cannon, having unburdened yourself of that and now having joined the cult of Einar. I believe there are now 2 people. But we always like to end off the show, with something a little bit more personal. This is just work. We're just doing work talk. I wanted to ask you, so is there, what would your dream CL look like? What would, if you were a pastor and you had somebody, a co-pastor in your life, to venture through this secretive life together, what would she or he look like?
Oh, would it even be a sea elf?
Yes.
Well, I don't know actually, but I would appreciate someone who's really powerful, so that they could handle themselves in any
And good stuff.
situation, and I wouldn't need to worry about
Mm.
them,
Right.
and they could bail me out in an
Anybody?
emergency.
So I mean, like, we don't have a lot of references to go on, but in your party, who would you say is the closest to that image of the future Mrs. Kamal?
I don't know. I think celibacy might be a thing for the cult. We're gonna have to sort that out.
Oh wow, that bad, huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll see.
Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
we don't know yet. The book remains to be written.
Well, Fifth
Oh.
Canon has left.
I knew celibacy would be a bad thing.
Yeah.
Should have taken a poll on that.
You might want to rethink that.
Yeah.
But anyway.
So it's only for the clergy. But celibacy is only for the clergy. Lay members can lay.
Other members can lay members.
Putting the lay in lay members.
Yes.
Putting the member in. Never
Oh
mind.
no! Okay, on that note, well, I think that was a very exciting chat with a cult leader. What do you think, Sheena?
Yes, indeed. Like streaming through the worst host ever.
Hey, okay, awesome. Cool. Should we? Okay, I think we should. Well, Ramji just disappeared briefly. Oh, as we were going
He casted stealth, and it was successful.
It was very successful.
we were going to ask Ramji questions, but he seems to have
Left
vanished.
us.
I suppose we could
I'd like the questions first from the audience.
or we could. Oh my, Sheena disappeared.
We can
as
do
well.
woo.
Oh, sorry, I'm just here.
Oh, Sheena's out. Yes, there she is. Oh my God, it's the most amazing magic trick ever.
Stealth.
Okay, yeah, we could go one round again. We could go our one shot characters. So yeah, everybody. Yeah, I know Citrus favorite Candy. He just freaking like disappeared, like flaked out on us. It was about his turn. Yeah, we could do one round again. We could go to the same direction, or we could reverse directions. What do you think?
Yeah, same direction's fine.
Okay, so
Ooh, right.
yes, okay. This is now an AMA for who's hosting it.
I could. Han, do you want to do it?
Han.
Yeah, we can co-host. I'm not a good host, so
Okay. So I'm here with Han. Han, say hi to the audience.
hi, I'm Han.
All right. So, Han, who are we interviewing today?
So we have my inspiration for the giant robot, I guess, and also for my stone. Woo!
Hi, I am very honored to be on your special talk show. I have a lot of things wisdom I want to share with the audience. So please, if you have any question, please feel free to ask. But otherwise, don't worry, I have free answer for you. Okay, so I know all of you want to know actually why is it that my name is Zero Wu? Okay, so the heritage behind my name is actually, you see, Wu means nothingness. Okay, so it is actually the tenet of my philosophy that after you attain nothingness, you ascend past the cycle, and then you can achieve immortality. And I believe that is something that everybody should aspire towards. So that is why I also took on even though I am not a Christian, okay, but we call it's funny. We call the Christian name of Zero. Zero is Zero Wu. Yes. But the proper pronunciation of my name is Wu. Yes. It's a beautiful. Sounds a little bit like a mating call in my culture.
Zero, quick question there. I mean, why wouldn't you call yourself nothing instead? You could be nothing.
I could, but sometimes the TH sound is a little bit hard to pronounce.
So what would that sound like?
I take a poll, okay? Yeah, you try and say the TH sound.
Nothing, sir.
Good. How about you, Han? How you pronounce the TH sound?
Nothing.
You see, you have so many differences.
It's your turn.
Oh, yes, it is. But I removed myself from the cycle. You see? And therefore, I am not a part of this cycle, you know. So I have So therefore, I'm free to call myself whatever I want. So it's zero, you know.
So Woo, did you come out of an egg?
Let me correct. You know, I feel we need to meet on the same cultural appreciation. You have to say ooh.
Ooh.
Not bad for first time. I understand from your culture it's difficult. But please, yes, what do you want to ask me?
So did you come out of an egg?
That is a very interesting question. I suppose even when you talk about immortality, we have to begin the cycle somewhere. And yes, I did come out, I did emerge from an egg. An egg is also like a circle. You know, everything, the perfect in life is a circle. And you must transcend the circle. So that is our first emergence, you know, from the circle. And it proves that we can all do it again. Oops, I do it again.
Okay, so can you tell us about the town that you're from? What's the name of the town?
Yes, this is a very good question. The name of the town that I am from is called Xiaocheng.
Xiaocheng.
And they say Xiaocheng got many stories. 小城故事多.
I see.
Full of happiness and sadness. If you ever come to Xiaocheng, you are welcome to be my guest. Look a look. Sit a sit. Xiaocheng has many stories. Call all your friends to come Xiaocheng to be my guest.
This is becoming canon.
Yes, sir. So please come and join me at Xiaocheng. It is a beautiful place. I have a friend from there. He's a centaur.
So how did you met this centaur?
Oh yes, he is my neighbor. So one day I was just explaining my name to some people, and he said, "Can you shut up?" He knocked on my window. He knocked on my door. And he said, "Oh no, it's so early. Can you please don't make so much noise?" But he speaks a little bit weird accent. So he knocked on my door. He said, "Can you stop with that racket?" But actually, you know, I introduced myself, and I say, you know, you have to respect. I know that you are a centaur, but this village have a lot of different race, and we have to understand. You know, we have to live in a small space together. So that's how all the different stories come about.
I'm wondering, how does everyone wake up in the morning? Is it the crowing of the rooster?
Oh, I don't know. I'm usually the first to wake up, and then somehow magically everybody wake up after that. I don't know why. I think I have a very influential personality.
What do you do after you wake up?
I wake up, and then I do some vocal warm up, and then I do some self cultivation to think about, you know, everything is nothingness. And then I shouted at the top of my voice, "Everything is nothingness! Everything is nothingness! And then I don't know why, but after that, the village just become very, very noisy. And it's a really, I don't know why my neighbor is not you know, very cooperative.
Has anyone thrown rocks at you?
There's this female, I'm not sure, like maybe halfly, in my village. Her name is Xuer. Xuer. So Xuer, like this Xuer, right? She will come by my house. She think I don't know, but my perception is quite high. So she will actually take the rock and she will throw. She said, "Shut up!" And then she will throw. Even I am just trying to meditate.
I see.
She will throw, and then sometimes she'll take out this ballistic device, and then she will try, and she say, "I said so many times that I will shut you up." And then she will try and fire the ballistic device to kill me. You know, I don't know whether she means to kill me, but her aim is quite good. But lucky I am halfway to immortality, so Xuer has failed.
I see. Well,
Can you describe your house? Like, is it on the ground? Is it on the tree? What is it made of?
Yes. As a tribute to you know, to my people of the sky. You know, my house is a tree house, is in the tallest tree in Xiaocheng. You know, Xiaocheng got many stories. A lot of the story is about my house because it is there's such a thing as a long house. Mine is a tall house. I believe exploring things from different perspectives. So therefore, mine is a tall house. It's the tallest house actually. And people always they're very jealous. That I managed to climb so high in society. Yes. Okay.
Final question from one of our viewers is it confusing that your name is actually the mating call of your people? And how do other Arakocra react when they find out your name?
Well, I try to escape from the circle of humanity. But I have a sexy name. I've been told I have a sexy face, sexy sort of body and bearing.
Who's been telling you?
It's a bit of a sad story. I used to have a partner. Her name is Rong Rong. Her full name is Mao Rong Rong, and we were very close. But
what happened to Rong Rong?
Sometimes even though we try to take ourselves out of the cycle to promote peace, sometimes war finds you. And unfortunately, I have to say I did not conduct myself in the proudest way. I thought I was immune to fear, but I flew. And when I decided that it was time to return to fulfill my obligations to Rong Rong, unfortunately, it was no longer possible. However, I made sure to I have this spell called Unseen Servant, and through the Unseen Servant service, Rong Rong is always with me.
Oh.
Yeah, like giving me massage, help me to make a tea, help me to press my feet when it's very painful.
I see.
So it's that is the nature of my relationship with Rong Rong. I miss her very much.
Oh.
Yeah. So
to make you tea and give you a massage.
Yeah. Yes. She's understand the traditional ways.
Traditional ways. I see.
It is difficult to talk about her.
Okay. I suppose it may be a good time for us to move on.
A bit emotional. Yes, I need some time to gather myself.
Okay, so while you gather yourself, Han, why don't we speak to Xiu?
Yeah. Our next guest is.
Han, do you want to co-host or do you not want to co-host?
I can co-host.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can co-host with Wu if Wu wants to.
Oh no, I don't think Wu should co-host. Yo will co-host with you. All right. Thanks so much for sticking with us, everybody, on the stream. We are doing a sort of hot seating of our different campaign characters. And next up, who do we have, Hans?
We have Xiu.
Hello. Hi everyone.
Hi, Xiu. I understand you are a ranger. So can you tell us a little bit about your range?
Depending on the weapon I'm holding, it's anywhere from 60 feet to 120 feet. Yes.
Wow. I see. That's actually rather average, don't you think?
Yes. Well, depending. I mean, currently we're still quite low level, but I'm hoping that in the future I would be able to shoot farther. Yes. Thank you.
Yes, I believe that is drawn from one of the estimable women of our time. Higher, faster, stronger. Is that right?
Longer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Longer, faster, longer. Yes,
yes.
That's possibly in there as well. Great. Yeah. So we have a question for you.
Yes.
What are your feelings about gnome rangers? Because they're small, so maybe their range. They're called rangers, but their range isn't as impressive, perhaps. What are your thoughts?
Well, I believe it's not about the height of a person. It's about the length of their pull. Yes. So even if you are short, you can still shoot very far. Yes. Power it's not about the height of a person. Yes.
I'm sorry, did you say the length of their poo? I generally heard that. What did you say?
Not the shit, but the pool of
Oh,
their-
right. Yes. Did you hear? Yeah, did you hear that as well, Hans?
Yeah, I was like, that's quite a long shit.
Yes.
It is. How about you, Hans? Do you have any personal burning questions for our ranger? We understand that she lost her sister when she was at quite a tender age. Perhaps, Hans, as somebody who has lost weight, you can also empathize with the sentiment of loss. What do you want to ask her about that?
Okay. So, how old are you now?
Right now I'm 18.
Oh,
I see.
Mm.
You seem to conduct yourself in a rather mature way for somebody who's 18. It doesn't have anything to do with the trauma in your life.
Yes. My sister and I, we were orphans,
I see.
so we had to grow up fast on the streets. You grew up fast, or bad things happened.
I see. So she didn't get to grow up fast enough, I suppose.
No, honestly, I don't really know what happened to her. One day she just disappeared. I searched for her, and I think some bad people took her, but I never did find out what happened. So
I understand she's your twin sister, and Hans, we've heard that twins have a psychic connection, is that right?
yes.
Yeah, I mean, Hans, do you want to ask her and whether she's received any sort of psychic promptings from her sister, any suspicions? What do you think, Hans?
Do you see your sister every now and then?
no.
No, not in your dream, not hearing her voice.
Oh, well, yes, sometimes I do dream of her still, but I do not have hallucinations. Yes.
And since she's your twin,
Yes.
when she disappeared, did you have an inkling of, not an uncle, I'm so sorry, that's an instrument. Did you have an inkling of what might have happened to her? Did you feel it in your bones, in your tiny street urchin bones?
I did have a little bit of a vivid dream one time.
Mm-hmm.
There was something about, this woman who was purple and was laughing.
I see.
And there were other children that were screaming. But yeah, it was a very strange
there's a
dream.
kid's show where I come from where it's like that. There's this giant purple fish going like, and then all the kids are like, ah! But there's somehow it's called Barney.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Perhaps there were some mixed signals in your brain. You were receiving signals from somewhere else.
Are you saying that Barney took my sister?
It's possible. I think it's possible. It's possible, Sue.
Where is this?
Discovered what Hans's one shot is.
Right.
Yeah.
Nobody. Barney disappeared 7 years ago. However, if we receive any information, we will be sure to follow up with you, Sue. Let's see whether
There is a question. So, what do you do for fun, Sue?
Oh, for fun. Wow, that that is an excellent question. Well, sometimes I like to run with the deer and see if I can catch up, and then if I can, I smack them on the buttocks. Yes.
Why do you smack them on the buttock?
Yes. Is it because you were repressed as a child and you feel you don't have control over anything? So when you see some animals, you feel you got to exert your dominance?
Oh no, that's because this is the only part I can smack, because usually they are way too fast for me. Yes.
I see. Well, I'm not sure that, I don't know that, I don't think that classifies as animal cruelty, right, Hans?
No, I mean, Han does it every now and then.
Oh, is Han also a deer butt smacker?
I believe Han is a horse, a centaur assaulter.
I see.
A convicted centaur assaulter. Yeah, I mean, it's just, I think that smacking deer's butts is like a gateway to assaulting centaurs, so you might want to get that checked out.
Oh, but it's different. Deer, they're deer. They are, not
asking for it dressed like that, wandering around with their ever so
Well, I was thinking it was more like, that they're not, how do you say, they're not people. Yes, we eat them, whereas centaurs, they're people. We don't eat them. We shouldn't. So
Well,
we have double the protein content, I suppose. It's if you want surf and turf, it's sort of like if you kill a centaur, you get both. Especially if the centaur likes to swim. Just save you some trouble. It's all I'm saying. Anyway, I believe there was one other question about your sort of bowel movements. Do you attribute your do you attribute the high fiber diet of the ranger to being the cause of your large poos?
Well, yes, my pools are indeed quite large. Yes, it is entirely possible. There's a lot of fiber in my diet. I do have a good foraging ability. Yes, so I often have berries, different types of herbs, different types of grass that are edible. Yes, it's very important to eat all these things to ensure that your colon is cleansed.
Yes, wonderful. I mean that's quite popular in our part of the world right now, isn't that right, Hans? Apparently, it improves your health, and you can get a jade egg, and that will improve your sort of your qing as well. Yeah, you might want to think about that.
Jade eggs?
Yeah, it's you have a connection to nature, so I figured it was something that you would be familiar with.
That sounds expensive, though. Yes. And you put it where?
Hans, do you want to answer that question?
Not really.
Thank you very much for your time, Sue.
Thank you for having me on the show. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Okay. Cool. Okay, so that was the Sue interview. Should we move on to? Okay, we've already done Han. Should we move on to Heng Da?
Sure.
Okay. Ramji, do you want to host?
Sure. Hello, good evening, and welcome everybody to 10 Minutes with a Centaur. And with me this evening is one of our race's most far-traveled and currently, one may say, rather sharpened fighter, the inimitable Heng Da. Well, please, everyone, welcome Heng Da to our show. So, you don't mind me calling you Heng Da, do you?
Yeah, most people call me that. So
Do you have something you prefer?
no,
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
So, tell me, Heng Da, how did you get caught up inside a series of nightmares inside a magical sword?
it was all Zero's fault lah. He grew up with an idiot, then he sent me a letter telling me what he want to wield heaven. Then go and follow him. Then this stupid poor Thai fella come to town, rich kid, all this Asiakia, then carry his mom with him. Then got tour guide bring us to bamboo forest. Then the mom also got tutor. Where got people bring their mom's tutor along with them when they going on adventure one, but am I okay lah, go
Heng Da, I don't know if the producers told you, but we prefer received pronunciation on prime time.
We receive what?
Oh, okay. Well, we'll do our best, eh? Now, oh, right. Well, that sounds rather traumatic. Tell me, how long have you known Zero? You said from being a child?
Too long.
Too long.
Yeah.
Too long. Yeah,
Too
very
long.
specific.
Every morning, I tell you. Wow.
Oh, so you and Zero are quite close.
Yeah, we live next door to each other.
Like, right.
Yeah.
Right.
So that fucker is the first one to wake up my house. Then after the rest of the village will wake up, and then everybody will curse him.
Well, I'm sure that there's a reason that this happens. Maybe it's
Because he
a
decides
custom of the
to
village.
do his vocal warm-ups at 5 a.m.
I see. He's a musician of some sort.
No, he's just a fucker.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's. We've all got them. Well, that's fantastic. So now, finding yourself, I think, a couple of evenings in to the the sword, maybe a few more than that. You had a brief frisson with death, one might say. You came quite close a couple of times. Do you have any thoughts about the afterlife yourself? Any sort of near-death kind of realizations that have come to you? Some wisdom you want to pass on to the audience of 10 minutes with a centaur?
Okay, your question was very long.
Okay, 9 minutes and 30 seconds with a centaur.
If you don't mind, can you rephrase again, but a bit more simple English?
Right. So, well, as part of your adventures and your journeys, you sometimes came across situations that put you quite close to the line between this world and the next.
Oh, yeah. When you see ghosts, wow, it's terrible.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
really.
Tell us about has that changed your philosophy of life in any way?
I think, I still believe that we should go hard and go far. That has always been my philosophy in life. So far, I've got the go far part. So I don't know how hard I can go, but...
So you have a problem with going hard?
I'm still working on it. It's the intensity of the way I'm living.
It's it happens to all centaurs of a certain age at some point, and there's many shamans that I'll talk to you after the show. But so you're more of a galloper, one might say, rather than a canter or a trotter.
No, I just go straight.
Right.
Yeah, hopefully, preferably at least 30 feet.
Hunter is in an interviewer's nightmare. It's like closed questions only.
Indeed. Oh, well, fantastic. So now, Hunter, tell me. Is there a romantic interest in your life?
No lah, not at the moment lah.
Has there been?
Why is Zero holding up his hand?
Mr. Ramji, I've come to attend 10 minutes with the centaur. Can I just say I'm a big fan? I have a question.
How did you get in here?
I'm so sorry. I'm
my shotgun.
I've got some centaur heritage, and I have a question from one of my friends, Shelja. He wants to know, how does it feel, Mr. Heng Da, now that 5e classifies centaurs as medium-sized creatures? I'll just show myself out.
I mean,
Glop, off you go.
Everybody can see how big I am. So, you decide for yourself. Do you trust your eyes, or do you actually have to hold in your hand? I mean, the miniature, the figure. Yeah.
I thought that was a fantastic answer. I'm so sorry. I'll show myself up.
Yeah.
So on that note, you recently were snake handled by one of your party members. Do you have a brief message you'd like to pass on to him?
Well, I think sometimes when in my work as a policeman back in town, sometimes we come across these people and we are very compassionate towards their needs. So if I can help him rehabilitate in any way, hopefully he will not do this to anyone else. Because, being a pervert is a difficult time for anyone.
Being a what, sorry?
No, I mean, it's So
So would you be adding him to a register of names of any sort?
I mean, I'm not going to report him or anything because I don't know whose jurisdiction we are in. So there's no police to report to. But
Central Protection Services would be interested.
Yeah, maybe. Because mounting is a serious issue.
Absolutely.
Yeah, especially without permission.
Non-consensual mounting is it's barbaric.
Sometimes when dogs do it, we really have to say, oh, wow.
So, kind of dogs reach. Now, on that note, however, we have a question for you from our extensive audience of not just centaurs who listen to this show, but all kinds of quadruped species. Grim would like to know the answer to the question. Does Hung Da believe in 4D and Toto?
Oh, Yeah, I think 4D and Toto are very important parts of our lives. And when I go back to town, I probably will buy 0, 0, 0, 0.
So really, an homage to your friend.
Yeah, because he made me travel so far already, and now I don't even know where I am inside some sort.
Right. A final question before we move on. Our 10 minutes to the Centaur is nearly up. And I'd just like to thank you once again. Is it true what they say about the size of a centaur's foot?
Yeah, because some people actually think that we have human feet. It's not true. We have horse feet. So we have no human feet actually. We only have human hands and horse feet.
And torsos.
And so human torso and horse lower body.
Well, Hangda, it's been a pleasure having you here. And we're going to wish you very well on the rest of your adventure and your budding romance with Zero.
I'm glad you feel good. Because you say it's a pleasure.
It is.
Oh my God.
Thanks, Ed. Thanks, Ed.
Interviewer's nightmare. Oh my God. Hey, Ramji, you disappeared just as we were about to grill you about Amar.
Grill.
Well, I have brought back wine. So
Oh, where is it? Prove it. Where's the wine?
Oh,
There it is.
It's not even in a proper glass. Anyway,
It's
okay.
imagine a stem.
Okay.
imagine a stem.
Imagine the stem. Okay. Should I don't know. Ed, do you wanna?
The Amar series?
Yeah. Like, does anybody anybody want to take the Amar series or?
Oh, we all four of us could.
It might get a bit messy, honestly. Okay, sure. Let's do it.
We can do it.
Okay.
Sheena, start.
Hello, welcome to the show. Today we have an esteemed tutor, very well known in the courts, very well known in the scholastic fields, Amar. Yay!
Well,
Hi.
good evening, and thank you for having me here.
Thanks, Sheena. Yes, I am a corresponding from where Amar is. So I have a few questions for him. Hi, Amar. So
Hello.
I just wanted to ask. I noticed that you constantly are holding an alcoholic beverage. Has that ever been a problem in your illustrious career? Have you ever had to check into rehab?
Only when it's empty.
Ah, I see. And are you a glass half full or always empty person?
Oh, the glass is almost always half full. Ideally a third full, because that's the ideal bouquet.
I see. So what do you have?
You appear to be holding a hairbrush to your face.
Oh
Is
no,
everything okay?
it's a microphone. It's a microphone.
Oh, I see. What's a microphone?
It's a very, very small phone. Yes.
Right.
Mm.
What's a phone?
It's something that is very susceptible to ticks. So you might have heard about phonetics. So it's just a creature that is the most susceptible to ticks in the world. It's very unfortunate. So I have a small version of it here, so that there are fewer ticks.
I'm just going to jump in here because we have a question from another continent. Mr. Amar, what is it? Tell us. Is it a Shiraz, a Cab Sauv, a Merlot?
What is it?
Ed, I need more of this accent in my life. Now,
Well, you can have as much of it as you tell us.
it is what is known as, it's a rare earth wine. It's called Montepulciano. It's a Nebbiolo.
Montepulciano.
Indeed. I once saw a stage musician called Montepulciano, but he wasn't as good. But no, this is a rare grape called a Nebbiolo.
A Nebbiolo? Ladies and gentlemen, a Nebbiolo made into a Montepulciano. Did I understand any of that? No, but you've got it.
I think my friend Hangda could probably explain it.
Okay. Anyway, so I'm receiving actually somebody's from the studio is calling in saying that we are trying to expand our intern's experience and let him have some interviewing experience. So can we please welcome Hans Adrian? Hans, please ask a question. Just ask it slowly. Okay, don't talk too fast. Okay. Yeah, Hans, go on. Ask a question. Our intern.
Hello, buddy. How are you?
Hi. So what do you teach?
Hans,
You know,
Hans, you have to.
life is a complicated thing, young man. How old are you? 17? 16?
About
15? I can't tell. Under 25 is a tragic loss of charisma for most people.
well, how old are you?
Let's say over 25, huh? No.
Hans?
Yes.
Don't let go of him. Just ask him what he teaches. And you also have to credit the asker of the question. It's an audience question. They are 线下 D&D. Okay, try.
So 线下 D&D asks, what exactly do you tutor mean?
I'm sorry. Could you say who asked the question again?
线下 D&D.
Sorry, I didn't catch that. Once more, please.
线下 D&D.
Oh, right. Got it. Now I still have no idea. But anyway, what was this person's question? What exactly do I tutor young men?
Yes.
It doesn't seem to bloody matter, does it? I mean, let's be honest, right? Teacher this, teacher that, you can't do anything. I think perhaps the wine is highly correlated here, huh?
So,
But I've been brought on to the family. You see, it's a very old story, but boy meets girl, boy loses girl, girl turns out to be a transcendent representation of one of the Green Taras. Boy chases girl up to Mount Kailas, realizes that actually he's been reborn an infinite number of times, and finally chooses to say, sod it, I'm just going to become an old academic and hang on drinking, an incarnation of some ancient divine soul, because, well, it's better than being sober. So I just teach her a little bit of this, a little bit of that. You know how it is.
So did you start drinking when you start teaching her?
I started drinking when I realized the true nature of what it is to be. And then decided that it's significantly better being drunk, huh?
Will it help me to get my full-time job from an intern if I start drinking?
Hans, no,
what is your... Oh, yes. I think, it's one of these things. If you go drinking with your boss, sometimes they take you to these little places with the nice people wear their nice clothes and everything else. And then you go sing, they sing.
Oh.
And, a little bit of timing and a little bit at the right time.
All right, Mr. Amar.
They don't let my type of that. It's all the same.
And we're going to go with another question here. It's from a member of the audience. Is there a Mrs. Amar?
There's only and will only ever be one Mrs. Amar.
Oh. Okay. I think the tone changed a little bit. Let's try lighten it up. Okay, we actually have our Japanese correspondent. It's Miss Shira-chan. And she actually has a question for you, all the way from Japan. Yes. Could you please go ahead and ask your question, our Japanese correspondent?
どうもありがとう。アマちゃん、アマさん、はい。What is your favorite food or cuisine?
I presume you mean excluding, of course, the great and noble grape itself.
Yes. That is a beverage. Nomimasu.
Depends how much you drink, huh? But I would say my favorite food would be Amrita, the nourishment of the lesser deities that live in the celestial heavens.
So, where can one go to eat?
Or Kentucky Fried Chicken, because honestly, that is really fucking good, huh?
Yes. Kentucky Fried Chicken in Japan is すごい the best. 一番です。
Those little sandwiches they sell in Lawson's, though. I love them. The little ones that come in the packets. They're made from the egg mayonnaise, but no egg tastes like that anywhere. Huh? It's only the ones that come from the little the family circle place or the Lawson.
The family mart.
Family mart.
Japan's convenience stores are the best.
Yeah. So, why could you go into just a petrol station in Japan and it tastes so good, and you go petrol station here and people eat salad. You look at them, go, why are you eating salad in a restaurant? Huh?
Yes.
But anyway.
There are some things that other countries cannot do. Thank you. That is the question from Shina-chan. Hi.
In fairness to Japan, there's also did some things that other countries should not do. Huh? So let's, anyway, moving on. Huh?
We have forgotten that. Yes.
Everybody else hasn't. Huh? Anyway, moving on.
Right, Mr. Ma, you're a sorcerer. You do magic. You know your arcane. 8 schools of magic. Tell us your favorite.
Well, Edward, you know, I'm often reminded that as a school of magic goes, divination is often overlooked. But honestly, you know, at the end of the day, I'm a simple fellow, and evocation for me every day is and twice on Sundays. Conjuration has some value, like conjuring food and wine, huh? But evocation for me, because at the end of the day, as the great sage Paragopnik once says, I cast fireball.
Sorry, I am a correspondent from Peranakan Times, and I just want to ask you, okay, Mr. Amma. So I wonder, okay, so just now you
What
say,
is
right?
this Peranakan Times?
Peranakan Times. Peranakan Times. We are the rich people in Singapore, and we have a lot of money. Our late Prime Minister was actually one of our subscribers. So please answer our question properly. Eh? So I was wondering, right? Just now you say you understand, the difficult way of the world, and then also, right, that you lost something. I get the feeling that you lost Mr. Sama. Poor thing. Sure. So what happened to Mrs. Sama? And what is the way of the world that made you start drinking?
So, Mrs. Amar
yes.
is...
yes? Oh, don't be shy, boy.
No, I'm far from shy, though I must say,
yes.
if I were to be looking for another Mrs. Amar, you are quite a foxy young
thank
young
you.
filly. But yeah, absolutely. May I compliment you on your hair?
Don't be naughty,
Yeah, absolutely. I'm
Oh yeah, thank you. Every day.
But anyway,
it's okay. You can put your glasses back on. My eyes are not very good. I cannot see the electricity. No, you're trying.
That is fine. Fair enough. That's okay. Also, the electricity has gone up quite a lot in the last 3 months.
It's very expensive. I go and talk to some of my subscribers.
So much. Terrible. I thought maybe it was just mine because they looked at my surname and the postcode, but no, apparently everybody. But
Hey, don't stray away from the question.
Oh yes, so Mrs. Amar, are you familiar with the concept of Maya? That all reality is but an illusion, which we continually reperceive yet and again as we are born back through the lens of perception.
No.
Well, in that case, she died.
Okay, I see. Okay, so is that part of the realization of reality that makes you very, very sad until you have to drink a lot?
Oh, I'm not sad in the slightest.
Oh, I see.
Because I went and followed her. I died as well. We transcended. We lived more than 1 million years. Passed through the last yoga. I can't remember most of it, honestly, but it was bloody amazing because I spent it with another incarnation of great beauty and joy. But inside all of those things, and at the end of every celestial's life, there is a fall.
No, it's true. I also passed through the last yoga. I believe it's called corpse pose. And then after that, you sleep there for 10 minutes. And people say it's for meditation. Then you realize a lot of things. But actually, I just sleep. But anyway,
like Shavasana. Shavasana is very good.
Shavasana.
My favorite yoga pose.
Oh yeah, it's also I'm very good at that pose.
Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah, also. I put Instagram posts of myself doing the yoga pose, but it's Shavasana.
Yeah, absolutely.
I got a lot of likes now. I got 5.
5?
Mm-mm.
5, huh?
Yeah.
I never get 5 people.
I know.
5 people on Instagram is
but,
just like... Have you used the TikToks?
Sometimes I try. I got a lot.
Have you tried? Have you put what is your TikTok?
Oh, okay lah. Wow, you're very consistent. Okay. I give you my detail privately lah. I don't want to share in front of so many people.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
of course. That's fine.
publish
That's
inside
fine.
Peranakan Times. Okay lah. Okay, very good. Anybody got any more question for Mr. Amar? I'm very confused because I'm looking at the Zoom. I'm not looking at the Twitch. Go on.
Right. So this one, does the type of wine used for spiritual wine change?
Does the type of wine used for spiritual wine change? So there are, one might say, 3 important components of the universal divinity. As you have correctly pointed out, there is the Holy Spirit, vodka. There is the immaculate drink, wine. And then there is the hope, whiskey. This trinity is upon which the whole universe spins.
Right. So you're
Sometimes
saying
the room spins.
you put your wine, and then you put the wine next to the vodka, and you put it next to the whiskey.
No, in the words of the great sage Chambawamba,
This fella. Sorry.
you drink a whiskey drink, you drink a vodka drink. Then you drink a lager drink and a cider drink.
Where does the
Then you
wine
sing
come
the
in?
mantras of the good times and you sing the asanas of the bad times.
Right. So you're an Arsenal fan. I like that.
Yeah, I'm used to losing.
Okay, now I think now as the representative from the Peranakan Times, we have one last question which our intern from Indonesia is going to ask. Adrian. So
Not intern. I don't have any intern on
Hello.
Some children wanted intern. I guess.
yes. Don't worry. We also don't want our intern. You can have ours if you want. But
intern. I
yeah.
thought you said
No,
intern.
just take. Don't be shy.
You know,
Just
some
take it,
people, they
take
say
the intern.
flower rather than flower.
Yeah.
What kind of idiots are these?
Oh, it is the idiots who have the correct idea of how to pronounce it.
The correct idea of how to pronounce flower?
Anyway, sorry, I want to help our intern to grow. So, intern, Adrian from Indonesia.
I think I will call him Chandra.
Okay.
Chandra.
What is your final question for this esteemed teacher who has actually transcended the cycle of life?
Madam, I'm intern. I don't know what.
Never mind. You just ask. Okay. Any questions? Okay. Ask him what his favorite color is. Okay. Also can. Okay. Okay. Ask what his favorite color.
Mr. Abar, what's your favorite color?
Well, it would be churlish of me to pick anything other than green, because that is my wife's favorite color.
Oh. So
Okay,
you don't
Also, I
have.
like them in all colors, huh? But
So you don't have favorite color, is it?
I say green, huh?
Okay. Madam, I asked the question.
It's a very good. Huh? Okay, good.
Very good, very
Good
good,
job,
very good, Chandra. We should talk more, huh? Because clearly you are there's a bit to go between you and Chandrasekhar, but we'll get there.
Okay, thanks everybody. That wraps up our Q&A of the people who are here. But I think there was a request that we just talk shit about Lisa and her characters.
Oh, we haven't asked Sheena about her and you about your DM experience.
Yeah,
Oh.
actually, I'm way curious about that. We went straight into the hot seat.
Yeah, that's
I'd
true.
like to know about your DMing experiences, and I'm sure that everybody in the chat would like to know about that too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's quite different. Joe's been playing D&D for 18 months now.
Yeah.
Sheena, how long have you been playing D&D?
Oh, good God. Shit.
We'll go with 18 months.
Sure, yeah, let's go with that.
More than 18 years right now.
Yeah.
No, is it not 18 years? I think it
Since
might
she
be
was a
18 years.
child, since she was 6 years old.
Hold on. You,
Yes.
gosh, I don't know. How old were we when we met?
It was about 2
How-
decades ago.
Oh my
Goddamn.
god.
I am 私はしなちゃんないです。しなさんです。
So that's interesting because then you all come from a very sort of different background with regards to the number of games you play,
Mm.
right?
Yes.
So I'm gonna start with Joe.
Yes. Hi.
Because you play D&D, so I would argue you have a sort of fresh approach to D&D because you haven't played in so many games. So when it came to DMing for the first time,
Yes.
what was the process like? What were you hoping to achieve?
I was hoping to have a ready-made adventure, which is why I went to Unbreakable, the book Unbreakable. Also because they publish they write and publish these D&D adventures that are set respectfully in an Asian context, and I think that's, as a first-time DM, you can say there were a whole bunch of discussions going on, but basically I was just like, it's okay, you know, like they had giveaways for us, and I was like, I want to support these publishers of Asian D&D adventures. So I took one from there, which was the only one which
Did you feel that you needed to adapt it?
I did feel I needed to adapt it a bit, not so much for the culture, because it was very clearly set in an ancient Chinese sort of like fantasy world.
Yep.
Very recognizable to I think most of us around here. So that is the direction we went in, and I pretty much took it almost exactly, except I wanted to sort of make the spirits that appeared a bit more scary. So the way they manifested was something which I came up with, and I wanted to give essentially the party fair warning.
Yeah, Lisa was freaked out.
Yeah, I mean, Lisa's constantly picked up. But so happy birthday. Yeah. so yeah, exactly. That was her face from Jason.
I do feel like Lisa experiences the game at a much deeper level than we do.
Yeah.
Like, it's very visceral for her. We're like, yeah, goes.
Yeah. I mean, at some point, because I was toying between the idea of either taking a ready-made adventure or telling some people on the stream that I would have liked to actually do just set a modern adventure in Singapore and just give everybody classes, and everybody's like in an office or something like that, like different classes. But then I think that was kind of like, there were different reasons why we decided to go for the adventure instead. However, Sheena did homebrew her entire adventure.
And very interesting background also. Sheena, tell us more about that, please.
Okay, so the reason why I homebrewed the thing was because I knew that Joe had looked through the Sunblade.
Unbreakable.
The
Unbreakable. Yes, you looked through Unbreakable, so I didn't want to pick something from there and then like you and probably Ramju be spoiled because you've read through the book, right? So after that, I went to look for one shots, and then here's the problem about being a streamer, right? Because it's like even if it's a free adventure and you're running it on the stream, there's a different aspect to it because you know you're not quite sure how the creators would take that. And this is thanks to Ramji, because I hadn't really considered that. I was like, free what? Free is free. But free is free if you're playing it with your friends in the privacy of your own homes. It's another thing when you're playing on a stream. So I decided, okay, you know what? Screw that. The one thing I have is time. So I homebrewed the thing instead.
I don't know about that, Sheena. 20 years have passed.
Yeah, man. Holy crap.
I'm older than Sheena, by the way.
And I think a lot of people appreciated how you built on the world that Joe created. Yeah, sorry?
Not really lah.
Got lah. Because the characters, were sucked into the blade.
Right.
And then, Sheena, you took Sue, and can you tell us about why your decision to take Sue and situate it that way?
Well, so partly it was because I would be DMing rather than playing, so I didn't want to bot myself, which is very awkward. So in the beginning when we were starting this one shot thing, I was thinking, it might be a bit confusing for the audience members to come on and like, why is this a new game all of a sudden, sort of thing. I realized in retrospect, given the chat, that it was still confusing anyway. An attempt has been made to kind of link all the one-shots together in some way, which is through that magic blade, the Sword of Heavens, I think it's called. Yeah.
So basically, is it that everybody, whenever you touch the Sword of Heaven, you get sort of like transposed into like a different space and time, and the characters are slightly changed as well. Yeah, I mean that's what it seems. That's what it seems to be. But I think Sheena also had a great idea of using this transposing of different characters into different spaces and times as ways that they have to sort of wrestle with their inner demons before they can move on, which is also why I think Wu is seeking the sword to transcend and sorry, Sheena.
No worries. It's okay. Because we kind of built this together. So it's quite fun that way. Because, it's like the idea that popped into my head was like, the world's most jialat team building exercise ever. Where, the team literally goes into one another's psyche to like maybe some traumatic event that happened or, some thing that they want to break through but can't. And then, the characters kind of help them to get there for whatever reason.
Yeah. Ooh, awesome. Any other?
There was a question from the audience. What were the most challenging and enjoyable aspects of DMing?
Go, Joe.
Oh, I mean, it's weird because so Ed told me before when we were playing with the DM who was really quite rigid about the way that they were running the game, that he was like, DMs are supposed to be a benevolent god. And then, so when you're a DM, I mean, of course, it's actually quite hard to be a benevolent god. Like, it's great at the start to go like, yay, I am a god. Like, I have decided to plant some healing potion here because Han's character just took the last one and like smashed it on the floor for some reason.
Go on.
It's okay. I'm just going to make healing potion appear, things like, and I'm like, actually, I mean, I'm sure like a lot of DMs in the chat would agree, the players give you some sort of like motivation, like, could it be that this is what's causing the spirits to appear? And then you're like, yeah, that's a good idea. Yes, that's what causes the spirits to appear. So, I mean, you have all this infinite.
I've never done that.
We can't all be like you, Ramji.
I'm just like to point out that everything is plotted out.
Of course.
Sure.
Yeah.
Nice. Of course it is. Yeah, exactly. It's 100%. Like, you guys come up with something, you get that's amazing.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. I mean, the only thing that I was a bit sad about is that because essentially the characters in the one shot that I chose, most of them do not speak. There are only two that speak. To be able to play different characters, I was like, only two that talk. Oh wow. They will talk a bit more.
The rest were like bloop, bloop, bloop.
Bloop, 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 bloop. Yes. I mean that's basically it. So like I enjoyed the godhood. The benevolence was a bit of a I mean sometimes you have to figure out the balance of benevolence, the benevolence.
Especially when you have funky players.
Yes. Okay, how about yourself, Sheena?
I think the challenging part was just trying to guide people into things like cat herding. And then, when you manage to guide them to the right thing, you're like, yeah, I did it, So that part was quite fun. The challenging part, honestly, was trying to make it such that it pushes the players, but it doesn't just outright smash them. Because, as you said, like you're the god in this world, right? So you want rocks for everybody dies. It's entirely possible. But the idea is that if everybody dies, then the story can't progress, and you want the story to progress. So it's always fun to see how much you can push it before you need to. What's that thing where the in the Greek theater where the thing from above?
Deus ex machina.
That thing. How much can you push it before you have to do the yes to save them?
Awesome. Cool.
So did you guys find, and this is something that I've often found, that Hans is really irritating? He's a great player, he really is, but he's absolutely, and he does something that, like, most players engage with the plot or engage with what you're saying. Hans, I think, as a gamer, that's kind of sitting there going, there's something in this room that will help me solve this problem. I'm going to wander around this room and just do random stuff, right? And so, like, it's incredibly fun and challenging as a DM. And this isn't blowing smoke up your ass, Hans. Fucking hate you. The point remains is that, like, it's, is it just me, or did everybody find, or was it someone else for you guys that was doing that?
No, so
No, it was Hans. Oh no, sorry. Please go ahead, Sheena. It might be different for you.
So we do play with. Well, I have played with people who are like Hans, who take a very out of the box kind of way to approach a problem, and it's okay. Like when I was DMing for Hans, my bigger concern was really the other players wanting to hit him. than anything else. Like Helen's perfectly fine. He wanted to make the stone sound like woo woo, throw it down the stairs. It took me a while to get to what he was trying to do with it, but I'm happy to let him do it. It's unusual. I don't have an issue with that. But yeah, it's more like, will the other characters die while he's off turning a stone into a bird?
Yeah, for me it was Hans.
Thank you. Thank you.
The reputation is real.
Okay.
Is there anything as DMs you want to ask us as players?
Why
Yes, we had
does
fun.
Lisa keep dying?
Oh.
In whatever form, whatever adventure.
She does have a tendency to pick glass cannon types.
All right.
Yeah.
True.
So it leads to, close death experiences.
I suppose so.
Why is Lisa so sway? That is an answer that we cannot answer for you. You need to speak to her god.
Yes.
Yeah.
He seems to be curiously absent at the moment.
One can only presume that D&D is the luck dump of her life, right? So on all other things, because she vents all of her bad luck here, she has an incredibly lucky and gracious life. And I hope that's true.
I do.
I hope that's true too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we have a question from Grim, Christine. Ramji, what are your thoughts on Killer DMs?
I haven't worn a pair of Doc Martens in about 15 years. I would love to go wear them again. I miss the airwear.
Well, guess what? We're surprised. You won. No, you haven't. Sorry, keep going.
That's better. Now, what
are your thoughts on Killer DMs?
One, I'm not very good at it because rocks did fall from the sky, but nobody died. But a big rock flew out.
Oh, right.
But yeah, I think there's a big thing at the moment for those of you who aren't in the Twitter sphere and otherwise going on about the old school role play. This is supposed to be a death game, war game type thing, which has also turned into just a whole bunch of other issues as well. But in general, I much prefer the modern D&D narrative style of look at each individual player, look at the things they bring to the table, figure out what they care about, and build a narrative around them. If they die, they die. And I think something that you guys helped me figure out in the course of this campaign is it needs to line up with some meaning. I probably was a bit more, I had a bit more of a tendency historically to do the random death is also fine. But I think random death is also fine doesn't work so much in the style of D&D that we play these days, which I much prefer that style. So everything that lines up to it is better. So in terms of killer DMs, I don't know that it's because you have an off switch. Literally, you can just turn around and go, "Yeah, look, I'm just gonna." You can't see my rolls, so you take it all on faith.
Yeah.
Right. You can't see the legendary saves. If I say the beholder shoots you with a disintegration roll, and you need to make a save, and I tell you fail it, you'll believe me, right? So there's no point cheating, and there's no point trying to kill you. The point is trying to make it challenging and inciting and have you care about this thing you've invested time in. So it's I would say that a killer DM is like a killer shark and needs to be put down. We're putting an oxygen tank in its mouth.
Amen.
And having Ray Schneider shoot it saying, "Smile, you son of a bitch." Or alternatively, they're just playing a different style of game with different type of people, and good luck to you in Adventures League. Good luck to you whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
So Richard, I think, asked a question: how do the players feel about the character's death?
I think it depends on how long you've been playing that character. Because the longer you play it, the more attached you are to it. Because the more layers you've sort of grown. You start off
like
with
an onion.
Yeah, there you go. You start with nothing, and then every session, a layer gets put on, and it becomes bigger and bigger. So when that thing stays with you, and when it's time for it to go, even though it's not a real thing, a physical, tangible thing, it is a very important, intangible thing. So philosophically, I think that it becomes a crucial part of our lives.
even though it is play. What we're doing is play. It's not perhaps real work, for example, or a relationship or what it is. But in the realm of play, it's a very important part of it. Your character is a crucial part of how you interact with playing.
I'm sorry, that was unnecessarily philosophical.
Yeah, man, holy shit.
But no, I think I fully agree because we're so attuned to understanding loss, right, and overvaluing loss, and it doesn't have to be death, right? I mean, if your character takes damage, if your character loses money, if they're on the wrong side of a deal, right, it's all trigger tuned there. So I think it's a great point, right? I think it's very much about the balance between feeling emotionally involved and impacted by the events that happen on your character, to feeling that you're on the roller coaster and you can't do anything either way. Either nothing happens and it's all fine, I just walk through it, like it's sort of like, Vin Diesel, or on the other hand, it's just like, I'm fucked anyway, right? I mean, there's like a middle ground that I think as a DM, I like to see if we can get there, but it's hard, right?
So Yrsa almost died. On stream.
Rocks fell.
Rocks fell. I fell. So here's the funny thing, right? So on the stream, I was still quite chill about it. And then after that, on the journey home, it hit me that Yrsa almost died. And I took it hard, man. I was so shook by that experience, like literally shook. I reached home, I was like upset, and I didn't quite know how to verbalize it. And then I had like a little bit of an argument with my husband because he was like, "What's wrong?" And I was trying to tell him, but I couldn't tell him what I really wanted to say, which was, "I almost died." And in that moment, I just needed there, it's okay, it didn't happen, it's fine,
So how did Elton give it to you?
Eventually, once
steady.
Eventually, once I was able to phrase it that way and explain what was the issue, yes. But before that, when I was still trying to logic it, like, yes, it doesn't make sense. Why, how the math and the logic all came out, and it didn't matter because at the end of the day, it was, I almost died. It was scary, and
And it is.
There was a point the other day where Lisa rolled another terrible dice roll, and she was like, "I don't want to play this game anymore," and it broke my heart. And of course, it wasn't anything like that. And obviously, it's like she's resilient, and she was like, "Yeah, of course I'm going to play, right?" But at the same point, like that sense of disappointment, that fine line is where the fun is, but it's also, my God, it's a fine line. It's just
It totally is.
So how did you all feel when you found Bob?
Why don't you let me answer, Han?
You can answer, sure.
Why can't I speak?
He's a little rich boy, that's why.
No, I just wanted to, I mean, can I say, sorry, it's just something that I do. I think it's a really great question, like how to basically about character deaths, and I was thinking, I think like what Ed said, like, because I think a lot of us are actors here. I mean, if it's a good death, like a soldier would say, that serves the story, I think that's great. It'll be fantastic. I mean, like you get to reroll a character, but I mean, if it's a oh shit, something stupid happened and this person just rolled really badly and then they die, and it's just like we were all so invested in building this story together, and then just suddenly out of nowhere, like something happens. To be fair, I think like what Ramji said is true, where it is a different style of storytelling. It's just like the Game of Thrones style of storytelling, right? Like, oh, Eddard Stark is dead. We just sorry.
It's been out so many years.
Yeah, the spoiler rule is 3 weeks. Right? 3 weeks.
Not 3 books.
Yeah, or like 6 books. But so it I mean, there's different ways of good storytelling. So if it seems like, I think the DM, the characters, the players, they're building a story together and the death coheres with that style of storytelling, I think it makes sense. But if it's like, yay, we're making this like really fun story, and then suddenly somebody like trips over their shoelace and they roll a 1, they smash their head.
It almost happened in this game, Law. Hello?
Who?
Yeah.
Everyone stares at Ramji.
The mirror.
Oh, the mirror.
Oh, there's the mirror. There's been a few times that have been plot related, right? The rock time, I think, was definitely pushing out towards the edge, right? And that's fair.
Yeah.
The rest of the time, Ed's really the one that's fucked it for you.
Yeah, no, but actually, to be fair, like if the mirror had happened, I wouldn't have minded. I think this was early on enough in the story.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, okay. Just
The mirror was a bona fide nasty D&D trap, right? It is
Yeah.
what it is, right? And I had a backup plan for you guys for the mirror, right?
Yeah.
Which is a trick that Matt Colville had, which is where you roll up your new characters, right? And your new characters go and find your old ones as some part later on in the adventure. So they like do another thing, and then they would come past this trap, and then you would re-experience the trap. It's impossible for you to not metagame it because you already know what the fuck's going on. But you'd come at it with a whole, extra amount of information, and then you'd have several skills. And it's a really, for those of you out there that DMs, it's a really, really interesting way of solving that trap, which is where you have a TPK, but then later on, if your campaign allows you to, you then have your first party encounter and rescue the remains of the second party. It becomes quite interesting.
Yeah. It was interesting because this was the first time that we've played with RMG, all four of us, right? Not Hans, but the four of us. This was the first time we've played with RMG. So this was like really early on, and there's not a lot of trust established yet. There was a lot of we were all staring at each other. We're on stream, don't dare to say anything. Then look at Ramji, not sure if we should question it or not. Like, are we going to fucking TPK right now in the 4th episode? And then how? And then is this it? How the stream continue?
I still remember the only reason we survived it was Joe rolled a 17 and then a 19 on her worst save. Just wisdom plus 0 save.
Yeah. That was very fortunate and delightful for me. I was like, yay! I'm invincible! Yeah.
If you watch F4, by the way, that scream we gave when Akras fails his roll.
Oh my god. You guys were screaming on the outside.
Lost it.
I was screaming on the inside as well, because I tell you, so often you guys will have, especially when you've gone off piste somewhere that's a little bit higher level or a little bit more scary than I expected you to go, right? You'll have someone with you, right? So you had a cross with you, and I'm like, okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. And this answers one of the questions that came up in chat, which is, do I fudge my rolls? And the answer is no, I don't. Because I was like, cool. So Cross is there, and he's like, okay, he's 78th in line to the throne, but he's still a noble. He's got good saving throws. He out-levels you guys. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Shit.
He looks in the mirror, and when he shows up, all of us just went,
what the hell are you doing? We told you not to look in the mirror, you stupid idiot.
The mic level just went.
Yeah.
Hilarious. It was a cracker, that one. That really was. Yeah, but at no point have I tried to kill you guys, intentionally, I would say. Right.
Hey, Dr. Tan, 188. Yay, next! Okay, cool. All right.
So what, we had another question in chat.
Is there another question?
Oh, yeah, that's right. So, where was it? Oh, yes. So, do any of you guys fudge dice rolls?
Yes. Yes. I fudged so hard during DMing. You don't understand. I kept rolling 19s, 20s, and it was insane. My zombies were not dying. I'm like, what the shit? I let them live a little bit longer. I was like, okay, this is enough. We have to move on from this fucking zombie game. I started to fudge.
Yeah, the zombies.
Joe, did you fudge dice rolls?
No, I didn't. I just gave you guys extra potions. I was like, they don't care about these characters. It's supposed to be a one-shot. They can die. It's fine. They won't all die.
It's my only fourth culture character. How dare you?
You weren't going to die, and Lisa was going to die.
Yeah, Lisa.
That's true.
Oh, Lisa.
Yeah, we need to make sure that Lisa only ever plays halflings or halfling adjacent characters with Tasha's rules.
Yep.
That have lucky, and we give her the feat lucky.
Yeah. And an item that allows you reroll dice. Yeah.
Kind of like training wheels.
We need to get Lisa to play a halfling barbarian. She might live a little bit longer.
Yeah.
One hopes.
Interesting. Okay.
I was being funny as fuck, in all honesty.
I want to. Okay, I'm gonna bash. I'm gonna beat this person really hard.
I want to hit them with my hammer in the head.
Yeah.
The head explodes. Happy birthday, Lisa. We love you. We're making fun of you, but we love you.
Halfling druid suddenly back. Yeah, that works.
Halfling druid is quite good because then, like, all the animals could no.
No, I wanna see her play a cute halfling barbarian. She's like, I'm so sorry.
Splat.
Cute things. Okay.
So Casey says, but wild shape will give her a massive buffer. But every time she finishes the wild shape because the animal dies, can you imagine how sad she's going to be? It's like watching Princess Mononoke on repeat.
No,
It's like, no, it's just it's not going to be a good
that is
story.
true. That is true.
Cheryl's got a question.
Yes.
Now that you guys have been playing for over half a year, is there anything you'd have wanted to do differently with your characters?
Not teleport with Bob.
I think she means in terms of your character builds, whether you want it to be like, different class, race, but also, yes, not teleport with Bob. I think we should leave that just a little bit later for like the roast Ed about Bob conversation.
Oh my God. So I just want to say that Ramji was very cool about realizing that we both agreed that my build was a bit strange, and I spoke to him about it. He was very open to the fact that a warlock cleric is a bit of an odd build, and worked out a way in game in which I could switch to a full cleric. So props to Ramji for handling that, because I know a lot of DMs who would be like, "No, you've made your choice. You stick with it."
Yeah.
So it does change things when you have a DM who you feel you're able to negotiate with, talk to about, to find ways in which you can make the game more fun.
Like trying to help you build characters as opposed to having you build character.
Yeah.
No, this will help you build character, you guys.
Yeah, exactly. It's not the abs challenge. It's the
Speaking of
it's
that.
But that's a really important part about DMing, because I do think that it takes some emotional maturity to not go on a power trip sometimes.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I'm very grateful for Ramji that he's able, we're able to talk to him about stuff. Yeah. And he's often very receptive. Sorry, Joe, you were saying?
No, I remember what I was going to say.
I said power trip.
Power trip.
Actually, there was a point during one of our episodes where, so we had the studio in a slightly different orientation, and there was a point where the air conditioner started. Speaking of power trips, where like in terms of scary shit that's happened, right? Like there's, we've put ABC has kindly helped us put a little bit of effort into the studio setup and everything else, and so there's sort of Cheryl and Hans sat there and by computers. There's a little monitor there. There's like a bunch of other stuff happening. There's cameras. And then for those of you who don't live in Singapore or don't live somewhere hot and humid, you have to service your air conditioners relatively regularly, right? It's a thing that just happens. They have a little sump in them that has a load of liquid in. And for whatever reason, let's call it job security, they can't drain those things through some sort of sensible drainage mechanism. They have to have the world's tiniest straw. And the world's tiniest straw gets blocked on a regular basis. It would appear that you have to pressure wash it. Now, in this scenario, however, imagine the world's tiniest straw decided to get full as we're in the middle of an episode, and this Lake Niagara-like waterfall just begins dropping on the camera and on Cheryl and all this electricity. And, props to everybody. We just kind of went, okay, just turn the air conditioner off. We'll sweat a little bit. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
It was terrifying. It went sploosh, and then it wouldn't stop. It was like sploosh. Cheryl's there, trying to cover stuff with her body.
So there's someone in chat who asked about the campaign in general. We stream on Monday nights. We'll stream on Wednesday nights, but we stream on Monday nights a campaign which all these lovely people play in, with the exception of Hans, because he's just a terrible player. But
a great producer.
The great producer.
Yeah.
And it is set in a world that is from a mix of our imaginations, then cast through the perverted lens of my mind into a world called Urtu, where people wander through it and go on a series of misadventures. That's at 7 p.m. Sorry, 7
Yes,
p.m.
7 p.m.
7 p.m.
Mondays.
7 p.m. every Monday evening Singapore time, so 7 a.m. on the East Coast, and somewhere like midday or so in the UK, depending on whether the farmers need more light or not. And we also play on Wednesday evenings, which is the series of one-shots we've been talking about. That was just to answer the question somebody was asking about what campaign is this?
Yes.
Super.
Follow-up question was on, has anything surprised you about your characters? So, Joe, Sheena?
What? Why?
Because I talk too much.
Oh. Sheena?
I guess what surprised me about Ursa was that she somehow became den mother.
Oh, that's true. That did surprise me actually.
Yeah, it's cool.
Goblin
That was
Barbarian, I was like, oh.
Very nurturing Goblin
Yeah, it
Barbarian.
was cool. It was really cool.
It wasn't quite where I was expecting her to go, but yeah, somehow it led in that direction. Sila, don't have children, lah. Then end up adopting random other people on the stream. But yeah, it's I do have one thing that I want to change though. I kind of regret the fact that I didn't go for like a pole arm.
Oh. Okay.
But your AC is higher for it, lah.
Okay, so you can use a spear or a quarterstaff and still use a.
I think spear doesn't reach.
Yeah, it's okay, but I can support people with the back of the spear. You see, sorry, power gamer coming back.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you want to go and get pole arm mastery at this next point, you can. I'm happy to do that.
No, it's the equipment situation. I really like the Frost brand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would really like a long rest token.
You have one. In fact, you got another one.
I would
You're
really like a long rest token after the next game. The game two streams from now.
We need to get to 1,250 followers, everybody.
1,250.
Call your friends, call your mum, say hi from me, and
ask them to set up a Twitch account.
Yeah, ask them to set up a Twitch account and follow, like, subscribe, and it'll do all the other good things. Yeah, it's I think that's the next long rest taken. I was stoked that you guys rolled well enough for Bob to reappear. That was.
Oh my god, so happy.
Oh wow, that was
crazy. Wow.
Yeah, how did you feel? Because I think who twigged it first? I think Ed, you twigged it first. And as always, you fucking put the spoilers in chat.
I didn't know. So
I'm watching the replay, which I often do, right? I'm watching the replay, and it's like I'm watching it, I'm trying to watch everyone's faces to see what happens. And they're going, "Oh yeah, I think she's found Bob."
No, but the thing is, and this is the crazy thing. On Discord, I had put up a fantasy list of things that would have happened, and top of the list was, "Yes, sir, teleports to Bob." And when it happened, it just went.
Yeah, it was hilarious. It was so funny. It was absolutely one of those ones where I'm like, you need to go put some money on 4D, but I couldn't tell you. It was...
Yeah, and you also said that Bara teleports to Athena.
Oh,
not Athena. Sorry. No. Yeah, did you say Athena?
Athena,
Did you say,
Athena.
Yeah.
Well,
Athena. Yeah, it wasn't Athena.
Tsunali's close enough.
Yeah. So.
The other girl.
Yes. How did you guys like? Who twigged it first, other than Ed? And how did you feel about it? It was like, was it? Because genuinely, those are the moments for me. I was like, yeah, this is great.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
I was fucking happy. You cannot kill cute characters, cute NPCs that you give characters, man. We are very attached to them, okay? We're literally like, fuck main campaign, let's go get Bob kind of situation. No, seriously, this happened in like the Discord chat. Within the group, we were like, sorry, Ramji, we just want to go find Bob.
Yeah, we're sorry about your main campaign.
Yeah.
It's about
We're going after the thing that Joe decided to pick up along the way. Of
my baby Griffin.
For those of you who didn't follow us early enough, Bob was the result of a random encounter, if I'm not wrong, with a griffin. Right, Ramji?
I wouldn't call it a random encounter with a griffin. I would call it
specific encounter.
Premeditated, unnecessary murder of a griffin parent and the theft of their egg. Yes, that's what I would call it.
Yeah, it's basically when they realized that Irsa was getting way too many additional damage dice, and then we needed some way to deal with it.
Yeah,
that is 100%. It was we need to see just. Like we've been doing these things with the intern in the chat, right? Yeah. Like where you can get power ups and everything else. And there was a point where I think you'd stacked up to something stupid, like 60.
So it was Casey and Richard.
Yeah, it was only 7 or 8, I think. Yeah.
So you guys have known each other for like let's say 12 years, and practically therefore you're kind of used to their obvious, let's say, excessive gaming. Of the system. I, on the other hand, didn't know them that well, and I'd say, now I'd presume to say I know them a little bit, and so didn't have this knowledge at the time, and I now do. Let's put it that way.
It broke
So
the
we just
system.
tested it out, and literally as it happened, I just looked at Hans, and Hans looked back, and he just went, "Yeah, no."
I was like, oh shit, the economy is broken.
Yeah,
Economies.
yes, economy is
Yes, Casey and Richard, you broke the economy.
guilty as charged, says Richard.
Proudly highlight my message somehow. No? Oh, we can see 1 year.
Yeah, I'm trying to hide her as well.
Oh,
It's very distracting.
yeah.
Oh.
Yes. No.
Okay, I'll get her to do a high five. Okay, well,
Yes.
Okay, she knows one trick. Hang on, I get her
Yes,
in the
trick.
right position.
Ayo, she came up smiling.
Robert? Robert, high five. You missed. Robert, high five.
She's so cute.
She's very sweet. And she knows
Kat and Dylan had haircuts today.
Oh.
Oh,
No.
oh, Grim Cheered Wobbles, thanks.
Yay, Grim.
Okay.
Where
citrus
what
flavor
are all the
candy.
10K rewards? Good question. What are all the 10K rewards? I don't know.
Hans can answer this question.
And now
Nobody else can.
that's Ramji playing around, so
What? No. Oh, sorry. On some, yes, it is. On some of the streams, Wednesday stream particularly, except this Wednesday because I forgot. We have a funny little dragon thing. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. I'll bring it.
So the citrus flavor candy, basically there is a virtual pet to represent Bob that we use not for the main campaign. And Bob ate Riyaka meat, which is like a god, in the main campaign. That's why there is such option there.
Oh, so cute. So it's just you just trigger the cartoon where you can feed Bob Ryakami.
Oh.
Oh, what is so that
What was your most enjoyable moment in game so far? Like I know there was Bob, but
I like the mirror. I like when I was stuck outside the mirror and being the least wise person in the party, the only person to pass all the repeated wisdom checks. And of course, because Bara loves mirrors, so it was just fun. It was a fun time.
That was fun.
Yeah.
I think, sorry, this is a very sad answer. I loved it when Irsa was toe to toe against 8 gargoyles and taking no damage.
Yeah, nice.
Because it's like,
Fucking
awesome.
yeah, because I built her to be a tank and I built her to be able to, just take it lah. So in that moment, I was like, yes, I have reached peak tank.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was some strong tank.
Tank, Titan, go, Tank, Titan. Yes,
It's really cool.
Like, didn't manage to kill them very quickly, but held them all there.
But you soaked it and you let other people do the DPS, and that's kind of what
The
you and
point
I
is.
build, right? So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
amazing. Ed,
The 2 revivifies I managed to cast.
the Revivify?
Revivify. No, I've never played a cleric in my life. First ever cleric. Ever. And I don't know if this is why people become paramedics, but sort of.
Yeah.
It's a crazy feeling when you bring someone back to life.
Yeah.
It's a crazy. I felt it. I was like, the moment you said Tomo falls over dead, I was like, revivify. Boom.
That's your call.
Yeah, it was awesome that you had that, right? I mean, like, otherwise Tomo would have just been dead.
Yeah. It's like, wow, you
How
can
are we
still
going to
roll up
explain
people.
So it's a whole lot. Oh, yeah, it isn't bad. But
Yeah.
Oh,
We'd
yeah.
have to get rid of the body.
The prophecy reveal moment was really huge as well. That was amazing.
That was nice. That a good touch from Ramji that he would read down because it didn't occur to the previous group to read down to see if there was a present prophecy, and the present prophecy kills you.
Yeah, lah. See lah, don't read lah.
Yeah.
Wait, actually, if they read, they would have killed them.
Yeah, see lah, read lah, read some more.
Yeah.
How about you, Joe? What was your favorite moment?
Oh yeah, I know it was the mirrors. It was just like, oh yes.
Oh,
I think that solidified Bara's personality. I was like, yes.
I'm so awesome. man.
Mirrors are the best.
yeah, Hans, do you have a favorite moment?
When Irsa was one punching the guy. Because
Oh,
I was like, I know One
Griffin?
Punch Man is
Griffin.
up. I thought One
Bob's
Punch Man
mom.
is up,
Bob's
but
mom.
also it's like, interesting. This is interesting economy because I also enjoy having that fun. But if I'm in Ramji's position, I'll be like, oh fuck, that means
all the dice.
yeah.
All the dice.
It's either I'm going to TPK everyone or all my characters going to get one shot. So it's like,
Everyone's
So
very
yeah, but still, it's fun, like,
It was loads of fun. It was loads of fun. It was loads of fun just kind of watching you add it all up and go, that's like 100 minutes. It's awesome. That's like level 5.
Casey and Richard. Thanks,
Yeah.
guys.
Oh,
So along those lines, though, I think for me, obviously Bob's a very fun character, right? But he's just an idiot, right? But he's growing into something else. But
Really good.
your fear is clearly the like he's obviously a sort of slightly broken, complex character, and there are points where, as you guys started to like your fear and kind of like get into your fear as a character, that I was just very, very touched as your fear. It was just like, oh, that's But I've got to say, my favorite point with your fear was, however, was when Kie was covered in blood exactly a few minutes after one punching the goblin, the griffin's mum, Bob's mum into bits, and jumps down. And he's like, ah! He's like, devil child.
No, I like Bob, but I hate it when Ramji is role playing Bob.
Because it kills the sound.
Because
It
all the
kills the
audio goes
sound.
off. It's like, it's clipping, it's buzzing, it's doing this. If I'm listening, I can't hear anyone else but Bob. So it's like, ah.
Okay,
All
here's,
good.
here's
All
a
good.
question from Han and Cheryl. Yeah. Are there any things you wish you could tell us?
Yeah.
Stop slouching, Lisa. We love you. Stop slouching.
We all slouch, though. Maybe I slouch.
Well, all of you.
Get a higher table.
Okay.
We could get a cushion. I don't.
No, we'll only slouch more.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, wouldn't it make us smaller?
And then we will slouch more to reach the table.
I don't think I have anything to say for the players. We have to say a lot about Ramji because he keeps changing like left and right and then left. So whenever we move the camera, all right, now Ramji is center. Oh shit, now he's sitting like this, and like, all right, we move him like that. Then he sit like that, and then we have to move again. So it's like, Ramji, move your seat.
So, in fairness, I could put this down to ADHD, but it's actually genuinely the back pain, right? So
Yes.
at some point, I'll move this way, and then I'll move this way, and it is incredibly annoying. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you putting up with it.
But yeah, not for the players. All good. It's mostly more of like, the mic is not optimized. How do I change this midstream? I can do it. Never mind. Do it next
Well
time.
done, Hans. For viewers, if you don't know, Hans, Cheryl, and Ramji go in on Sunday, the day before the stream, and spend the day setting up.
Is it the day?
No, it's a few hours, but it's being very kind. But it's usually a few
No,
hours. Sometimes it's the day when I've really fucked it up. But in general.
I've remembered you're talking about because when we started, we were in one room.
At the beginning, yeah, it was loads of time.
And then we shifted, it changed. We would come in every week, they would have added things. It was really amazing. And one day we came in and we were like, where's everything? And they're like, oh, we shifted.
Yeah. We made a studio.
It was amazing.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, really cool.
So major props to them. They put a lot of time and a lot of effort into this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So the
mostly
back
already
pain
there.
thing, I have that as well. Not a slip disc, but I do have back pain. And apparently the trick to it is like those corset type things. What are those called? Back braces.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta get
So-
the type with like literally a piece of metal in the back.
Right.
So I was talking to someone about this, and it helps with the pain. The thing is, what it doesn't do is it actually leads to inverted dependence. So depending on what the problem is. It's maybe valid, maybe not. Certainly, I think I might well get one and just use it for the show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like just to give you the support that you need for that period. Because what was that?
Nothing. Wobbles got lifted off the lap, and it was literally like spaceship. Ooh.
But yeah, hungry. Bobby's hungry.
Oh.
Bobby.
I bought a butt flower before.
Pardon me.
A what?
Sorry, that's why I call it. It's this like seat thing from Tokyo Hands that you put on your chair, and it looks like a flower for your butt. So you sit
Nice.
in it, and it kind of like holds your pelvis in place.
Very,
So it kind of supports you a bit, and it helps.
very Buddhist.
It's not comfortable. It is not, but because it's not comfortable, it kind of pushes you to sit in the right position, and then no back pain.
What flower?
Mm-hmm.
Butt flower.
Oh, we have a question. Grim wants to know, Ramji, how did you come up with Bob's voice?
Oh, God, I don't know. That's a great question, but I have. I think it's sort of there must be some part of me that likes so like it's sort of Avenue Q type of Muppety type stuff. That then it just came with that, and then how does a baby griffin talk?
Aw.
Bob, my name's Bob. What's your name?
Aw.
And then it just all grew out from there.
That's cool.
Cool.
That is
Yeah, it's great. I love Bob.
cool. We do too. It's Bob's a great character. Thanks for keeping that egg, Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that was wicked.
I just lugged it. Yeah, it's funny because everybody just put up with me lugging it around every day. I would just spend time every stream saying, "I am going to now hatch the egg," and everybody tried, and we were unable to hatch it because our animal handling
Oh, it
rolls
was
just
so
bad.
funny. Those animal handling rolls were hilarious.
Yeah.
Now it's true. I don't fudge rolls, but I do make you guys make rolls that have no consequence to them at all,
Right.
and rolls that have consequence to them. So you don't know
Right.
which rolls have consequence and don't.
Right.
Right? Like
Right.
so, it's just there as like extra noise, right? So some of those animal handling rolls were just more like just to give me an idea of how good Bara's going to look after this egg,
Oh,
and it
no.
wouldn't actually have any impact on things. And other ones were like, cool, if you fuck this up, something bad's going to happen, right? So yeah, that was hilarious. It was so much fun.
Oh. Yeah.
Did I intend for players to keep the egg? I didn't intend for players to find the egg. So, but once you've got something, I'm not going to it's enrichment. It's something that's adding to your experience, and like if you bind onto it, like there's plenty of things that have showed up that you guys haven't given a fuck about, right? And you're just gonna walk straight past it, and I'm there going, "That's weird, really like that," and you completely ignored it, right? So it's sort of there's also stuff that you've just gone, I'll let the egg and Bob and all that stuff, right? So in the same way, yeah, absolutely. I'm never gonna purposefully let you guys find something and that you then zoom into and then go, oh shit, that's really fucked up my day, right? Or if I will, I'll kind of tell you about it. Like, hey guys, this has really fucked up my day, so I'm changing the way the world works.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, well, it's getting pretty late. So sorry, Sheena.
Yes, I was going to ask you a question.
Go ahead.
So, having DM'd regularly, like, for a tabletop game and DM for a stream, what do you think are the biggest differences, and what do you need to really take note of when you're doing it for the stream?
So I would say the biggest differences are that in a home game or a kind of like around the table. Well, firstly, the table's different, right? It's madly different. Like we don't have a table; we have 3 tables and a hole in the middle, right? And so, compared to the usual experience of a DM sat at the end of the table with a little screen and everything else, and then players on the inside and drinks and everything else, it's a lot. It's a lot less social. But then also, when you add everyone else in this amazing community that we've got, it then becomes hyper social.
Yeah.
So I'm very, very aware of the fact that it's not just you guys who are going through the journey, that you're taking everybody that's in the community on as well, right? I just have no idea what to do about it, so I still play D&D. But I'm just aware of it, where I'm like, cool, this thing's going to happen. Then I'm like, Bob's disappeared, and then I'm watching Christine swear at me, and like Casey swear at me, and everybody else just like going, "What the hell have you done?" I'm like, well, it's actually Ed, everybody. It's actually Ed, right? But it's
yeah.
And then they're like,
I
"But
would
your
say there's
God, you
that.
can just say no."
Well, indeed, there is that. But the other hard thing, I would say, the other big difference thing is that, and although and I completely recommend and commend Joe for doing it, right? The amount of time I have to spend in prep is higher. With between Tailspire, between when we were using the other top-down map stuff, it's a lot more prep.
Yeah.
Because you want to give a visually interesting experience. And I again, Ed said it earlier, but all just plenty of love. While we're here, just want to shout out, right? Ferenz, who many of you know as Tailmonger, without whom we wouldn't probably have a Discord community because he put so much time and effort into it and getting to know everybody else, let alone tweets that tell you when we're doing things. JR, who's just joined us recently, who's helping us out in the Philippines with a whole bunch of video editing and other things. The amazing Cheryl, who is never visually present because she prefers not to be, but is always present in every other way, helping us out, doing everything. Like, we look this good because of Cheryl's effort. And, of course, yeah, Hans has something to do with it as well, but he has a higher opinion of himself, right? But actually, you know what? I'm not going to do that. Hans as well, right? Hans has put so much effort into the layouts, the OBS, this crazy little thing that's on the left-hand side of the screen where you can go and click on people. Actually, we could have used the D&D Beyond plugin, but we didn't want to because as much as we love D&D Beyond, and we do because they sponsor us, thank you D&D Beyond, we didn't want to use that because of the volume of stuff that it gives you. It's both overwhelming, and also we don't actually use D&D Beyond while we play exclusively. When you guys update your hit points or everything else, you just do what you do. I don't care, right? You just play as you play. And so it would give you false information. And so Hans has taken all that into account, and he's built out another bunch of things. So I'm just blessed to have folks that are able to build that content out. You don't have that as a DM, right? When you're just sitting at home on a tabletop, it's you and a bunch of friends, and you also don't need it. And so I'd say that the experience of the prep and the things you do around it is just fundamentally different. The other final thing I just want to add to this, and the thing I think is amazing, is the amount of valuable plot ideas I get from people's conspiracy chat. Like, just please don't stop doing this, right? Because I take 1 in 10, but the things that lights up in my brain, right? Like 1 in 10 things will light up that's brilliant. I'm not going to do that because they'll have thought about it, but I am going to do this instead because that's fucking brilliant, right? And it's so good to have other people discuss and talk about your stories, because as a Red DM, when you're normally doing it, you don't get that. You can't share with your players what's going on to be able to then hear back, well, wouldn't it be interesting if this happened? And wouldn't that be fun? And what about this? And yeah, anyway, I'm done talking because of Hey, I care. What can I say?
We are glad that you care. It's a good thing to care.
It's a good thing.
Did you not hear about me being very sad when years almost died? I care too much. It's a problem.
Oh yeah, it's so true. I mean, that was a sad movie. Cheryl is the arm. So Grim is so true. Hans really has abs. Don't ever say anything nice about him. That is very, very true. Hans has abs. Everybody, I just want to point that out. Not ab, but abs. But abs.
Holy shit.
The princess is actually the big bad and is the queen in the prophecy. Says Sudayan.
I'm concerned about that.
I keep saying Sudayan because it's just obviously Sudayan, but it's not. It's
Suedian. Yeah.
Never mind. No, it wouldn't be fun if you got a long rest token in 2 episodes, Joe. I'm terribly sorry. You're in a Pokemon mode with this, aren't you? It's like, gotta catch him.
Yeah. Actually, speaking of Pokemon, there was a question from Grim: is Bara times KA still gonna happen? I don't know. I mean, I think part of it is also
how is that Pokemon related?
No, okay. So I wanted to say that I am playing Bara like an anime boy character. So I've been watching a lot of like Ranma and Inuyasha. So it's all like I hate you. There's a lot of that going on.
Tsundere.
Yeah. So you need to spin that out for like 5 seasons before anything works between two tsundere characters. And also it's just like I think I've created Bara to be very inept with women, so I'm also not sure now. It's like,
Then after that, we need to stock up on enlarge, reduce scrolls.
and also like there was a bit of a chat like when like Chris.
Is this the accommodation thing?
Yeah, it is when Cheryl she did up character art and she did everybody to scale. I was like, oh, cannot, this is wrong.
It looks like a child.
He looks like a tiny girl. So I
Oh, hey, which reminds you, thank you so much for remembering, because I didn't shout Maria out, who does the amazing.
Oh, yeah.
She draws Ian taller as well.
Monster.
Yeah. Terravere on Discord.
Maria's artwork gives me life because you kind of have a rough idea of what your character looks like, but then she brings them to life, and then she does these amazing tableaus of the episodes, and I'm like, holy shit, look at that, this is me. And,
If you're on our Discord and you're going, what the fuck are they talking about? Where's all this art? You need to go to, like, there's a preferences channel, and you need to set the spoilers on. And you can click the spoilers on, and then you'll see that there's a T4C art and spoilers channel in which all this amazing stuff appears. And it is rad. It's just so good. And she's so talented.
Oh, yeah.
It's just, she's wonderful.
Either that or they have to watch our amazing theme song that Joel wrote.
Oh, yeah, thanks, Sheena.
Yeah. Wow. That was something, I'm going to admit, when that first happened, I was like, I'm not sure about this Chinese techno idea, but let's see how it works, right? Because, you know, I'm a middle-aged man, right?
Yeah,
so anyway, and I couldn't get it out of my head. It is.
Yeah, I think one thing that I love about this stream is that we kind of embrace that we're not going to be Eurocentric. That's just not, you know what I mean? I think.
I don't know how to be Eurocentric. Like,
that's the point, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's really it. It's like, you know, it's sort of. I think it's funny. I think you chat with other folks in the streams because obviously, I do the stuff with folks in the US and on the West Coast and everything else, and so there is a bit of North America centric or US centric content on here, and it's just so. I'm reminded there was a show in the UK many years ago called Goodness Gracious Me. It was a joke about the old thing about mind your language, right? And it was a sketch show, comedy sketch show, and they had a joke about going for an English dinner, right? And like it's a pastiche of English rugby lads going out for dinner and like going, bring me the spiciest thing on the menu, that kind of thing, right? So, but these guys sit down and they're like, hey, James, waiter, huh? Come here. Bring me the blandest thing on the menu, huh? No, you can't do that. You know what your stomach's like? No, bring me the blandest. And it just reminds me that sometimes there is a thing where it's so normal because you sit in this kind of like, Arthurian / Germanic legend world. Everything is so normal that like when we were playing the Unbreakable game that you did, Joe, or when we were wandering through Marcus Tendo, or even bits of it too, as I go through and research it, and I'm looking through all these books and everything else, and you're just reading about this stuff. I've just learned. I thought I was reasonably well educated to start off with, but I've just learned so much, and it's just awesome. It's just wonderful. It's just like it's been a great trip.
Hey, Joe, Grim has a question for you.
Yeah, I was taking very long to type out a response, but now I will enter it and then I'll just read it out.
Okay.
So I just thought that the Bardcore, because like I wanted to subvert the whole idea of like Eurocentricity. So I was like, there's this whole, Bard, they have to like sing to these instruments. There has to be like this sort of rhythm in the back. It's all very medieval England. And I was like, let's start with that. And then like, what is the furthest thing from it that it can be? And of course, like, Yrsa is such a beloved character on the screen. And I just thought, it'd be great. Like, what would Yrsa dance to? Yeah.
That's awesome.
So I thought it would just be a great transition. So then, like, I composed a song. I let like everybody hear it. They kind of like mixed reactions to it. I'm like, no, it would be great.
The show like, really? Okay.
Yeah, you definitely got. Are you sure? Let's go with it.
They were like a lot of polite, like a lot of polite faces. And then, but then I sort of like recorded it into my phone. I was like, guys, it will work. And I recorded it. I was like, no. I was like, okay, let's sing this song. And then I just like gave it to my music arranger friend, and then he put it together with actual arrangement. So yeah, he was really cool.
Well done, August Lum.
Yeah, thanks, August Lum.
Well done, August.
Yeah,
So one day, right, we're gonna have to play that version
I have it.
It's
I
our
think.
theme song.
Yeah,
No, we do play that version.
No, the one with just me going.
Oh, that one. Yeah, I mean, I'm down for that. We'll do that for like a special episode. Yeah, it was funny. I was at dinner the other week, and someone said something, and I went, "Oh yeah, like Simi Sai Mai Wan Laila," and they were like, "What?"
Oh wow, that's it, yeah.
Hey, listen. You can't say flower. It's not my problem. So
F-L-A-H. Blah.
No.
Amazing.
Wait.
Yeah.
Okay. Should we
yes.
end off with the gossip reel of all the characters talking about Kie's
Oh yeah, let's talk about K.
Okay. So this is gonna be like a survivor reel
Okay, baby.
where
Sorry.
where one by one we're just gonna pop on the screen and we'll just be like, we'll just bitch about the survivor who's not around. so okay, who wants to and Hans, you can just be Hans, it's up to you. Or you can pretend to be one of the NPCs that you know, or you can be an NPC that we have never even interacted with and you've just like seen some weird shit going on.
We're roasting here.
Yeah.
Bernard,
Okay.
the student.
Okay.
I'm happy to go first.
Okay, you go first,
Go, go,
Ramsey.
go.
So if Kie is my auntie and Riaka is like me, or I ate Riaka, and Kie's in the sword doing that, you know what? I don't know what though, but with Riaka, does that make Kie my sister?
Oh!
Have it.
Okay, who wants to go next? Ed, you want to go next?
I don't know what to say.
Okay.
Follow that.
That's the whole point of this. Like,
The bar is so high. Oh
Okay.
God, Bob.
Gina, you want to go next?
Yeah, so I'm not sure how I feel about Kie having the sex with the Ryaka. I mean, how does it even work? Technically, he did, right? Is he like, can they touch? Is he not a ghost? Will her fingers not go through? How does he work? He's very confused. Also, are they doing it safely? Because that time when she was like, being nauseous and everything, I had concerns, Yeah. It's okay to have the sesh, but please be responsible, okay? Use protection. Okay, thank you, bye-bye.
Okay, I'll go next then. Oh, hey, what? Like, Kie and like, yeah, it's like not my business, like whatever Kie decides to like get up to and like fucking sword. It's like a timeshare. She can just like go inside and like whatever she wants if she's stressed and if she wants to work off that stress, yeah, sure, I'm not the one to fucking judge, right? She wants to show Ryaka who's box, like, hey, like, I like ate his flesh, right? So that fucking makes me better than Ryaka, all right? Fucking stupid, fucking bearded, fucking freaking stupid halfling dwarf freaking thing here. Anyway, yeah, I'm not bothered. I feel like like a new age, and everybody's got to celebrate their sexuality. It's a new word that ES has taught me, sexuality, and I'm glad.
Laura, did you just say you ate Ryaka?
No,
Because
no,
that would
What are you
mean
doing here?
Yeah, Daddy and Riaka. That makes Kie my sister and Daddy my brother.
Anyway, guys.
And Kie and Daddy are brother and
because-
sister.
What I
you know what Ryaka tastes like,
I thought this was like
And K
you
doesn't.
told me that this would be like a private interview.
You put him into your
Oh
mouth.
my god. Anyway, I just want to say, love is love, and we are a really modern bunch of people over here. Like halfling and ghost dragon thing is fine, and honestly, if people are dead, you can't lose them. So it's that going for them.
Ryaka's passed through.
But what the
You
fuck are
know
you doing? Still doing here?
Apparently the size of the poo has something to do with it.
Cut to the next interview.
No, I'm really concerned about Kie
having this thing with a demigod inside a sword that wants her to kill stuff, that talks to her. And, you know, I mean, I do stupid shit, but the sword tells her to do stuff. And I mean, my god tells me to do stuff, but it doesn't involve me having a really sharp magic sword. So I guess, yeah, about right. You know what
No, I'm
Riaka
not.
tastes like?
No. Hey, look, just stop dragging me
You
into
could
this.
ask me that. And that's that.
I wish Kia is more descriptive in how she spends her time with Riaka. That's a good
Who
marketing
are you
material.
being? Or are you just being Han? Because this is
I'm being the producer.
this is available for you in onlyhuns.com.
Yeah, the producer is just saying like he wishes that we had more fan service.
You know, it's a good marketing material.
Yay.
That one, go and write your own fan fiction.
Fan fiction.
Yeah, we need a doujinshi for Kia and Riaka.
We will not be having an onsen episode, Grim. We did kind of have one because she went into when she and Riaka first, started training. There was a point where she realized that she could manipulate some of the sword.
And change the background.
Manipulate some of the sword. And change the background and the brain and stuff. But it wasn't quite a full beach episode. Oh,
Not yet.
Okay.
Han fiction.
Fan fiction. Anyway.
Oh,
yeah.
dear.
Citrus flavored candy is asking, was Riaka a dragon?
No, Riaka is and was quoted as being the scion of a mad god, or the child of a mad god. So Riaka's a demigod.
He took on the form of a black dragon.
He took on the form of Black Dragon.
Like the Dragon Emperor.
La 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 la. Yes.
Revelation.
Good ones.
Dun dun dun.
Okay, awesome. Cool. Okay.
Thank
And
you,
what I like
Citrus
here
flavored
is your-
candy.
Is your face of like total outrage and also like, aha, I discovered nothing. I've discovered nothing.
No, it's good. It's good because then we have we know who we can ask.
Riaka's the Dragon Prince.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that
Mhm.
anime on Netflix.
Yes.
Okay.
Motive Jackson.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, we have somebody with a direct line to him, so that's cool.
And that's where we wrap, as Cheryl says.
I think so. Look, thank you very much, absolutely everybody. We'll play out on our theme song as always. It's been awesome. We haven't done one of these before, and it's been great to have so many people just wander by and like,
Thank you for
watch
sticking
us
with
talk
us.
smack.
Yeah.
Yeah, big thank you. We did a bit of this on the Discord earlier, but just like a massive thank you to everybody that's been with us now, that watches us and tunes in, but also that's been with us from right at the beginning. So like, Christine and Casey and Richard. And I'm not going to like go through everyone's name exhaustively because I'll forget somebody and I'll feel like a right prick for doing so. So, it's been more of just a massive thanks, right? I remember when we had like 7 people watching and it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 of us, right? So like, it's with Denise on mute in the other room, right? So, but yeah, it's a different world right now, but it's amazing. So thank you very much, everyone.
Thank
Genuinely
you.
humbled.
We love you.
Love you.
On that note, I'm going to play us out with our amazing intro anthem. God loves you all.
Hi, everybody.
Behold, thine heroes as they observeth the troubled lands and stormy sea. They have no choice, it's national service, or Marabanda servitude. A goblin captain, sea elven cleric, one small and green, one tall and blue, stoned halfling monk and bard who dedicates its campaign anthem to you. Ooh, 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 ooh.
quite transatlantic, actually.
Anyway, this is our party